KNDY.
Good evening, Friday night football fans. Max Blasky with you here atop the field at Hanover High School as the Wildcats host the Wildcats in a big district TVL matchup here tonight as Hanover on senior night hosts the Frankfort Wildcats coming on this week 8 of the college football season. Glad to have you all along here tonight. Quentin Blasky to my right, cover guy back in the saddle here this evening. We'll chat with him here in just a little bit. Looking at this game here tonight, a big district matchup. Frankfort comes in ranked 3-1 in district play. Hanover right on their tails at 3-1. Winner of this contest will get home field advantage next week in the first round of the Kansas High School football playoffs during our Week 9 schedule. It's hard to believe that this season has already come and gone by in such a short time. First for the Hanover Wildcats, they come in at a 5-2 record, coming off a 46-0 loss last week to the hands of undefeated and number 1 state-ranked Axtell Eagles in a contest that many believe was going to be a high-scoring affair and a challenge for the Eagles. Axtell handled Frankfort in the first half of that one, bevied by a defense that only allowed Frankfort 1 rushing yard in that entire contest. Of course, Frankfort comes in led by quarterback Wes Anderson, who we're going to hear a lot about from tonight, so keep that name in your mind, along with the sophomore Lane Loizo. For the Hanover Wildcats, they come in with a 4-3 record on the season after a win last week down at Lynn. Happened to have that call on FM 95.5. Hanover victorious last week, 60-12, led in part by quarterback Riken Stahlbalmer, who had himself a heck of a game, along with running back Alec Juniman there last Friday. So battle of the quarterbacks here tonight in a high-powered offense. Hanover comes in averaging 30 points per game. Frankfort just a hair short of 40 points per game after last week's first shutout loss of the season. Looking at this contest, too, as well from a historical standpoint, Hanover won this game last year late in the season down at Frankfort. Frankfort led at half by 3 scores, but ended up falling in that one 36-33. Maybe gave Frankfort a little bit of advantage going into playoffs as they were able to get a Week 9 win, but nonetheless a very similar team back for both of these squads as we welcome in Quentin Blasky here this evening. Quentin, a beautiful night for some high school football.
Yeah, definitely. You can't really ask for better weather in October than this, especially going to watch 2 great teams here. Hopefully it'll be a great game. Looking back at last year, we see 2 almost completely even teams. You're looking at really only 1 yard's different of total offense, the exact same number of plays at 54, and the exact same yards per play at 6.8. So 2 very evenly matched teams last year, and they do return most of their big stars for both teams. We do see that they do have different game plans, according to last year. Hanover definitely likes to run the ball quite a bit more, getting about 110 yards more on the ground. However, Frankfort Wildcats like to be that explosive offense, put the ball in the air, where they had 110 more yards receiving.
And a big difference, too, last year, of course, was the loss of freshman quarterback Wes Anderson at halftime of that game. Mentioned Frankfort led going into that halftime, ended up falling in the last regular season game of the year. So we'll take a peek at last year's game as we wrap up here. Our pregame entertainment about 17 minutes away from kickoff as we get ready underway here between Hanover and Frankfort. Of course, appreciation to all our sponsors here tonight: M&R Auto Parts, Bruna Implement, F&A Construction, Hanover Hospital, First National Bank of Frankfort, Midwest Products, Trailers for You in Frankfort, Sapp Brothers Petroleum, the Frankfort Area News, Hanover Housing Authority, Parthimer Electric, the Blue Valley Insurance Agencies and the Hanover branch, Winklin Oil, Hanover Electric, Souther Feeds of Frankfort, Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, Inline Construction, B&W Electric, Kramer Oil, Flint Hills Mechanical System, Goots Bar and Grill in Hanover, J&R Market of Frankfort, and Andy's Hardware and Lumber here in Hanover. Thank you to all the sponsors that not only make this game possible, but our entire broadcast schedule throughout the year. We're going to take a timeout, bring it right back here as we preview this contest, as well as take a look around the league. Again, you're listening to Friday Night Football here on KNDY between the Hanover Wildcats and the Frankfort Wildcats.
To keep your vehicle running good and looking good, all you need is M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort. Motor oil, air filters, spark plugs, batteries, brakes, and more. M&R also has what you need for the outside of the vehicle. Wheel cleaners, glass cleaners, washes, and waxes. That's M&R Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer in Frankfort.
Just like our area athletes work each day in practice to perform at their best in the big game, the staff at Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer, work daily to provide the best parts and service experience when you need it most. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations. We know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one. Bruna Implement Company, since 1947.
F&A Construction will build it right. Call today for a quick quote if you're building, remodeling, or adding on. Enjoy your home more and increase its value with F&A Construction. They'll tackle your every project to make sure it's done right. For complete construction services, call on F&A Construction today at 292-4692. That's 292-4692. Hanover Hospital is your hospital close to home where your friends and neighbors provide high-quality, family-friendly, state-of-the-art health care for you and your family, featuring holistic pain management with local personalized treatment, as well as cardiac, imaging and radiology, lab and therapy services, and emergency room facilities, all at Hanover Hospital. Hanover Hospital and the Warren Clinic are offering free sports and school physicals. Call today to schedule your appointment.
A final week 8 matchup here in Hanover. Max Lasky with you here tonight on a wonderful night for high school football. It is senior night here tonight in Hanover, so of course, big congratulations to the 6 seniors on this Hanover football squad. Hayden Behrens, Brigham Bruna, Patrick Cook, Levi Griffith, Aiden Olguin, and Dean Lupin. Appreciation to you guys sticking out all 4 years. Pretty tough there over a 4-year span to stick with it. Looking at this contest again, a huge matchup here tonight between Frankfort and Hanover in this divisional game. Looking at a few other contests from around the league down in Valley Heights, I think the biggest one of the night is happening between the Mustangs and the Smith Center Redman in a battle for the district championship down there. Elsewhere across the league, Axel has made the trip east to face Doniphan West. Washington City has headed west to face off against Rock Hill. Centralia is down at Pleasant Ridge, while Lynn and Blue Valley have a tough matchup down in Blue Valley. A spot in the District 3 playoffs next week is on the line between the Bulldogs and the Blue Valley Rams. Winner of that contest will get that 4th and final spot in the District 3 matchup. Elsewhere tonight on our sister station, AM 1570, FM 94.1, the Marysville Bulldogs are hosting the 6-1 Clay Center Tigers, while elsewhere in North Central Kansas League action, Abilene is facing off against Walmego. Concordia has traveled to face off against Rock Creek, and Hiawatha is out at Hayden. Of course, appreciations to Jeff Wirtz of the TVL Spotlight, who we'll hear from at halftime. He's going to keep us updated with all the scores and stats from throughout the evening, too, in this busy weekend, what's going to be a sub-state weekend, too, as well. We'll get to that here throughout the broadcast. So, Quentin, coming into this game, I think we had mentioned it a little bit after last year's contest. Frankfort really looking to toss that ball around. Hanover coming off a game where they're going to ground and pound it. Although, too, after last year's game, almost the most identical teams coming back in this contest.
Yeah, definitely. You're only losing a Bruna and Zabernicki. They are the only two gone. Zabernicki being a receiver for the Wildcats here of Hanover. The big thing tonight to look for and what the teams are going to want to focus on is penalty yardage. Last year we saw both teams get 100 or more penalty yards. So if one team can really play disciplined and cut those numbers down, that can lead to a lot of offense just right there. So they're going to want to play discipline. They played discipline all around the ball other than that, with only one turnover by Frankfort last year, but that would definitely be a focus of mine.
Getting a chance to talk to head coach Nick Anderson and, of course, Matt Hoyer here at Hanover. The mistakes is what really has bevied this team, especially for the Wildcats. Some bad snaps in a couple of games that I've been at, just cleaning up mistakes course, they do have that big win in Week 3 against Osborne, but that seems like ages ago, although the Wildcats are on a little bit of a hot streak, winning 4 of their 5 last games. Looking at last year's stat, too, as well, real quick before we get into it, a name that I didn't get a chance to call much last week but had a huge impact last year was Braylon Mine. Ran for 165 yards and a touchdown on the night for the Hanover offense. This rushing attack has been absolutely devastating to opponents so far here this year. A lot of athletes, Hanover can get it too. On the other side, Lane Loizo returns after rushing for 91 yards and 2 touchdowns. Carter Olson last year hauled in 10 receptions for 187 yards and a touchdown. So 2 names to watch there for Frankfort. We'll see if quarterback Wes Anderson can keep his team in a rhythm here tonight against a tough, hard-nosed Hanover defense led by their front 3. We're going to take another timeout, bring you right back here after a little bit. Of course, coming up next will be our pregame coaches set-down interview with Nick Anderson of Frankfort and Matt Hoyer of the Hanover Wildcats as we get ready for a big district matchup here for a District 3 home playoff game next week in the first round of the Kansas High School playoffs here in the state. Max Blasky with you here tonight. We're going to take our second time out, pregame coaches interview with Matt Hoyer and Nick Anderson coming up here in just a little bit as we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff from high school football here on KNDY.
Friendly, personalized service to meet your banking needs. That's the standard at First National Bank, Frankfort.
My community bank has responded to the changes needed to keep my money safe and secure. They've switched to cards with the latest technology, which is safer and more secure than before. My community bank provides safety and security while staying on top of the latest banking trends.
Let First National Bank's brand of banking be responsive to your needs. First National Bank, Frankfort, proud to be your community bank. Member FDIC.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Welcome to our KNDY Friday night featured game of the week pregame coaches interviews. First joined by visiting head coach of the Frankfort Wildcats, Nick Anderson. Coach, you fell 46-0 to perennial power Axtell last week. What are you taking away from that game, and what are you hoping the boys learn from playing such a high level of competition?
Well, I hope we understand that, where we want to get to at the end of the year wasn't necessarily affected by the outcome of that game. We still, where we still want to go is still fully possible, and I hope they understand that. What I take away is, obviously I didn't do a very good job preparing our team. I take away that we didn't come and play with the energy and emotion that we played with the week before at Blue Valley for whatever reason. You add those 2 things in and then playing against a really good football team. And obviously the outcome wasn't very pretty.
Now you're taking on a Hanover Wildcats team that had a nice win over Lynn last week. What are you going to have to be prepared for on the field tonight?
Hanover defensively is going to do some things different than Axtell. Axtell's scheme is different and unique, and with their skill set, they can get away with doing a couple things that I'm not sure maybe Hanover can. So I think there's some opportunities for us there. They got some big guys up front that pose the problem of veteran quarterback, and they got some backs, obviously, that are kind of little water bugs and can move around pretty well. So it might be a different challenge, but a challenge in itself.
Now, the importance in tonight's matchup, whoever wins this district contest is going to claim home field advantage, at least for the Week 9 game. Have you talked at all to your team this week about that?
No, whatever happens. We're focused on Hanover and not necessarily concerned about anything after that. Yeah, it'd be nice to host a home playoff game for sure, and that's what we're striving for. But our focus is 100% on Hanover and trying to find a way to perform better than we did last week.
If you look at last year's game, Hanover ended up coming back in that contest, winning by 3 on your home field, and a lot of your guys started for you last year too as well. Do you take anything away from that contest, or is that an extra chip on their shoulder heading into tonight's game, or do you kind of say that was last year's game, this is a new year?
Oh, I take away that, going into halftime we were up 3 scores and then an injury. We lost a kid due to injury, and the momentum kind of shifted, and they made a valiant comeback to get us. So, from a positive standpoint, we played really well in the first half against them, and kind of were starting to pull away before that happened. So those are the positives we're trying to remember and think about versus the ending outcome of that game.
Joined now by head coach of the Hanover Wildcats, Matt Hoyer. Matt, you got a nice 60-12 win versus Lynn last Friday night. You were able to jump out to the early 38-0 lead. What are you going to take away from that contest?
I thought we did a pretty good job. I thought that, one of the things that we had struggled with was, fast starts. And I thought that our kids did a good job of coming out and, really kind of establishing themselves early and kind of, gaining a little bit of a lead. And, I think that definitely helped us, but then I felt like, maybe in the late second quarter and then most of the third quarter, we made, some mistakes that probably, kind of hampered us or, kind of kept us down for a little while. And, that can be probably a credit to Lynn, but also I probably didn't do a good job at halftime of getting our kids to, prepared to come out in the second half. That's something I got to look at and try to get a little better at. But, I thought our kids responded well again to a couple turnovers and some penalties. And, we're able to put the game away in the fourth quarter.
I had a chance to call that game last week too as well, and I felt it was a very competitive matchup, even though the score might not have reflected that. How important is it for your boys to continue that competitive edge going into a game tonight against a Frankfort team that might have a chip on their shoulder after that tough loss last week to Axtell?
Well, I think it's extremely important, and I think that our kids understand that it's going to be a challenge. I mean, they're an athletic team, and I think that, we need to come out and we need to establish ourselves early like we did last week, and we need to make sure that we, keep that physicality. Sometimes I feel like, maybe we go in with a little, I don't know if it's, less confidence or, less attitude per se. And that, this week we've got to make sure that, we bring that same intensity that we saw last week.
Now it is senior night too for your Wildcats. What has this senior class meant to you over their last 4 years?
There are classes come in and worked every day, and I feel like they're a great group to be around. They're a great group of kids. They do things the right way. They're very respectful, and I think that as they move forward, they're going to be successful in a lot of things that they do. It's one of those things where anytime that kids have gone through our program for 4 years, you get a little bit of attachment to them just because sometimes you're around them more than even their family members, especially during the fall. It's one of those things. They're a special group, and they're a good group that I definitely have enjoyed.
This has been the KNDY Friday night featured game of the week, pregame coaches interviews. Don't turn that dial. A high-powered district matchup between the Frankfort Wildcats and the Hanover Wildcats is right around the corner.
With fall harvest in full swing, Trailers for You would like to remind you to give them a call to book your Hogemeyer and Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed. This is Jane Studer with Trailers for You, located at the corner of Highway 9 and 99 in Frankfort. We have travel-along tilt, dump bed, flatbed, and stock trailers on hand. Call us at 785-292-4166 to order net wrap now to take advantage of the fall sale and get your Merit stock trailers ordered for delivery in the spring. Call 785-292-4166. 4166. Go Cats.
Every great team has shared qualities that separated them from all else. Whether you're talking about the 72 Dolphins, the 92 Dream Team, the Fab Five, or the Magnificent Seven, you can count on one thing. The vision was clear and the commitment was obvious. High standards were set and improvement was never ending. At Sapp Brothers, our goal is simple: to be your number one source of propane, lubricants, and extreme premium diesel fuel. And we'll reach our goal by treating you like family and giving you service that makes you want to come back. Join our team, Sapp Brothers Petroleum, in Philly, Crete, Lincoln, Humboldt, and Hanover, Kansas.
Friday night football back on the air here in Hanover as the Wildcats get ready to tangle with Frankfort. Starting line is brought to you here tonight. First for the Frankfort Wildcats, a junior, Lane Loiza, number 6. senior Brock Armstrong, number 10. Sophomore quarterback Wes Anderson, number 12. Junior running back Ty Smith, number 14. Junior wideout Trent Harden, number 24. Junior Carter Olson, number 33. Senior Wyatt Keller, number 42. And junior, number 55, Sam Backman. For the Hanover Wildcats, they will go like this. Number 2, a junior, Cameron Ginneman. Number 5, quarterback, a junior, Riken Stahlbalmer. Number 13, a sophomore, Tanner Bruna. Number 18, a sophomore, Alec Juniman. Number 24, a junior, Braden Schwartz. Number 25, senior, Brigham Bruna will get the start at quarterback. Number 32, Levi Griffin, a senior. Number 34, Patrick Cook, round out your starting 8 for the Hanover Wildcats. Frankfort receives first half kickoff, and we're underway here in Hanover. Taking the kickoff will be Trent Harden as he goes around the left end, still on his feet, down it to the 35, and finally taken down by this Hanover defense. Just under 80 degrees here at tip-off on a wonderful Friday night football here in Hanover. Thank you all for tuning in. Max Blasky with you here tonight, joined by, to my right, color analyst Quentin Blasky, as we are just underway here in Hanover. Hanover will be in their road white uniforms, gray bottoms with red letters. Makes it easy for us to see. Frankfort will be in their blue tops, red pants, white helmets, and red letters with white trim around the outside. An exciting TVL matchup and a District 3 matchup here tonight to find out who gets home field advantage next week in Week 9. First play is going to go up the middle. That's going to be Loizo breaking it across midfield down to the 30, now down to the right side. 10-5, touchdown Frankfort Wildcats as they get on the board first on a Lane Loizo 53-yard touchdown run that opens up the scoring here right away here in Hanover. Boy, that was fast.
Yeah, definitely. He saw that hole and he took it. The linebackers there were just split just enough for him to sneak by that backfield that Hanover put up, and he was off to the races.
Just when we thought Frankfort was going to come out tossing the ball all over the field here tonight, it's a running play up the middle for Loizo before we can even get started here so far tonight. 2-point conversion. It'll be Anderson in the backfield. He's going to spin her back, give it to Brock Armstrong up the middle. Armstrong up the middle for 2, and Frankfort takes the early 8-0 lead. We're going to take our first time out of the night here real quick as we catch our breath. You're listening to high school football right here on KNDY.
Stay connected, stay informed. Get the Frankfort community's top stories every week. Frankfort Area News is a small-town community newspaper dedicated to their advertisers, subscribers, and community. The Frankfort Area News was established in 1991 and is the official paper of the City of Frankfort, City of Vermilion, and USD 380. They love receiving news from their readers. If you have an engagement, wedding, birth, family reunion, or something you think local readers would enjoy, or to subscribe, get in touch with the Frankfort Area News at 292-4726.
For affordable housing, contact the Hanover Housing Authority in Hanover, Kansas. Proudly serving the Hanover community, Hanover Housing Authority offers 1- and 2-bedroom apartments for rent. The apartments are part of a property with a laundry facility, office, commons area, and maintenance shop. The apartments are clean, safe, and affordable and are located close to schools, businesses, and churches in the Hanover community. Hanover Housing Authority does not discriminate tenants. For more information, contact 785-337-2692.
Back here in Hanover, Frankfort took the very first play of the game, 56 yards or 53 yards to the house on a Lane Loizo touchdown run to get us started here tonight, right during the first quarter. Kick's going to go right side here, taken by Cameron Juniman, and he's going to try and get up the left side now, switches field, trying to get back to the middle, return up to the 25, and that's where Frankfort or Hanover will get their first offensive possession.
Yeah, the returner did a great job of staying in bounds, and in doing so was able to pick up another 6 yards there on that return. Gives them all right field position, so we'll see if they can answer back.
We'll see what this Hanover offense can do. They jumped out to a 38-0 lead last Friday down at Lynn. It took until the fourth quarter. Ended up being a 60-12 win for the Wildcats, with a few little stops there in the middle. Kind of bevied that offense. First run of the game for Hanover is going to go right up the middle. That's going to be Alec Juniman getting his first run of the night. for about a 7-yard rush there on that one. Juneman had a decent game last week out, too, as well. Look for him to continue the hot start. Over 100 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, but 2 fumbles, 2 unofficially on the night. So got to watch those Butterfingers here this evening, as talking to both head coaches throughout the week on our pregame coaches show, as well as our Coaches Corner program, said mistakes were going to have to be limited here tonight. In the shotgun, it's going to be Stahlbaumer. He's going to go right up the middle for a first down. Hanover keeps those legs moving across the 40 and into Frankfort territory. 11-yard carry there for Reich and Stahlbaumer. And just like we figured coming out, Hanover going right up the middle, keeping it on the ground.
Yeah, that's definitely what we expected out of this Hanover team. Definitely running the ball. They did a good job of it last year, averaging for about 8 yards per run. And that's what we're seeing so far. So let's see if they can keep it up.
And, of course, this Frankfort defense has been gashed a few times. Gave up 70 in a loss to Linden. Of course, gave up 46 in the first half last week to Axtell. Of course, 2 of the best teams in 8-man, but can be got sometimes. There's going to be a penalty right off the mark on the third play for Hanover here. It's going to be a false start on that offensive side. And just when we were talking about mistakes, a costly one there that's going to back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, that's going to put it 1st and 15 now. Not a series ender, but definitely something you want to avoid. As we talked earlier in the program, mistakes are really where you can capitalize on this game by not performing the mistakes and getting that penalty yardage.
We'll have to see how clean both teams play here tonight. Of course, talked about it in the pregame. This game last year had over 22 combined penalties between both sides, so trying to keep it clean. It's going to be Stahlbaumer in the backfield, 2 receivers to his left. Going in motion will be Brigham Bruni. He's going to go right. It's going to be an option pitch to that far side. Trying to cut it up the middle is Olgeen. He's going to be tackled for a gain of about 2. That was Alec Juneman there getting the pitch. 2-yard pickup on the first down and 15 will now bring up 2nd down and 13 to go.
Yeah, definitely didn't have many options there. We saw the quarterback option. He ditched it off, and they were swarmed immediately. Both of them really didn't have much of a chance to do much.
Just getting underway here, first quarter, Frankfort took the first play of the game, 53 yards on a Lane Loizo touchdown run. Frankfort leads this one early on, 8-0. 2nd down play, Stahlbaumer's going to look back and pass, fires it across the middle, almost picked off there by a Frankfort Wildcat. That was Carter Olson getting in on the action here tonight. First pass play for Stahlbaumer is incomplete. Now it's going to be a long 3rd down and 13 to go on the Hanover side of the football field.
Yeah, Carter Olson has already been performing pretty well on the defensive side of the ball with a tackle and an assist. And there he broke up that pass. Almost got it for an interception. This Frankfort defense we just talked about can be got at times, but of course it can be stout too as well. 6 points only allowed against Washington County. Only 14 points combined between Donaldson West and Lynn. Stahlbaumer's look to go middle again. He has his favorite target from last week. That's going to be Cameron Juneman. He's going to be just short of the first down. That was Tanner Bruno with the reception. And it's going to be close to a first down, but now a 4th down and 2. Ball just outside the 30-yard line. And we're going to have to see what they do here. They're obviously probably going to go for it. They are at the 32-yard line, so definitely going for it, trying to answer back from that fast touchdown.
Juneman will be a name we call here tonight, as him and Stahlbaumer had a heck of a connection last week. 4 2-point conversions, also about 70 total yards for Juneman on the night, and a run after catch. Frank Stahlbaumer is going to run up the middle, bury himself away for a first down, plus a little bit more. Got a 7-yard pickup there for Stahlbaumer. Has another first down, goes the way of Hanover. So Quinton, 2nd time in this drive yet alone. We've just seen Hanover let their dogs loose right up the middle. Let Stahlbaumer basically quarterback dive it right behind the center.
Yeah, it's worked out well so far. They were able to convert that 1st and 15 now, starting with the 1st and 10. And, they can always pick up good yardage with that play.
First down and 10 from just outside the red zone. Ball's going to be placed at the 25-yard line. The man in motion will be bringing Bruno from left to right. It's going to be handoff up the middle with Juneman bevying his way forward for about 5 or 6 yards on that play was Alec Juneman. Now 3 rushes here tonight, 15 yards, as Hanover is definitely content to take some time off of this clock. If you're just joining us here tonight, Lane Loizo took the opening play of the game, not the kickoff, but the first offensive possession for Frankfort, 53 yards to the house, just as we were getting way here into the first quarter. 8-0 is our score as we play with 7:20 left to play here. First quarter empty set with Stahlbaumer in the backfield. We'll motion Juneman tight right side. Stahlbaumer's going to run it up the middle. Crashing down off that end was a Frankfort defender. It's going to be, I believe, Wyatt Keller credited for the tackle on that one. About a 3-yard pickup for Stahlbaumer on that one. And then the other third down and short now for the Hanover Wildcats. Positive for the Wildcats, third down and short. They've been in here now twice.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen in the past previous game that they do like to pass as they get down closer to the goal, so we'll see what they do here. But the run game is working. They've been able to keep this drive alive all the way down the field.
This offense wide open for Matt Hoyer and his Hanover Wildcats. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Juneman on a little zone play. He's going to be close to a first down. Let's see where they give him the mark. I believe far side judge came in just a little short. But our first close play here of the night. On a 3rd down and 2 inside the red zone for Hanover, it's going to be just short, so he needed 2 yards, got about 1.5 yards on that one, did Juneman. Now our first 4th down play of the night. Actually, we'll have an official timeout. A good check here by the official to get this one measured up. Of course, it is senior night, too, here for the Hanover Wildcats. So, of course, a congratulations to the 6 seniors here tonight: Hayden Behrens, Brigham Birna, Patrick Cook, Levi Griffin, Aiden Olgeen, and Dean Lupin here on this possibly last home game for the Hanover Wildcats. But like we've talked about in our opener, the winner of this contest will be able to play at home next week as the Kansas high school football season is already here upon us. Boy, it's an exciting time in the state of Kansas. Lots of great games going on tonight, and hopefully a good one here so far.
Yeah, definitely a lot of great games tonight. A lot riding on the lines for many teams, and as we've seen so far tonight, an explosive offense versus a power run.
Stahlbaumer will be in the gun with Juneman to his left hip pocket, wide receiver left and right. We're going to have a timeout by Hanover to talk it over. We're going to take it with them. 5:48 left to play here first quarter. Frankfort in this one, 8-0.
Call Parthimer Electric at 268-0553. At Parthimer Electric, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services and are dedicated to providing customer service that is second to none. Parthimer Electric won't leave the job until you're satisfied. Parthimer Electric is available at all hours and offers flexible services for indoor or outdoor jobs. You can visit us on the web at the Parthimer Electric Facebook site or give us a call at 268-0553. Parthimer Electric in Frankfort.
When you own a business of any kind, you need an insurance policy that'll protect it. You need business insurance that perfectly suits your industry, and Blue Valley Insurance is proud to offer it. When you get an insurance policy from us, you're taking the first step towards protecting your business, your employees, and yourself. Let's start with an overview of the types of coverage you can expect. Stop by for quotes at Blue Valley Insurance in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville.
After the timeout, Hanover will have a 4th down.
Tight eye formation here for the Wildcats on a 4th down and 1 deep in Frankfort territory at the 16. Franklin's going to back up to about the 20-yard line with the shotgun snap. 4th down and 1. We're going to go option left side. It's going to be blown up in the backfield by the Frankfort defense. Getting there quickly on the 4th down run was Ty Smith. We're going to have a late flag, though, coming in here on the near side. Let's see what that was. Run by Juneman was stopped short of the line of game. Personal foul is going to be the call. Face mask on Frankfort, and that's going to give the Hanover Wildcats the first down.
Yeah, that's one of those penalties that you really, really can't make in that situation, and we've harped on it a few times already that those are going to be the difference in tonight's game.
A big penalty there for the Frankfort Wildcats on 4th down. That's going to march the ball all the way down to inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be placed, I believe, just inside the 10. We're going to call it the 9, but a first down and goal opportunity here for Hanover, and I'm sure just how Coach Matt Hoyer and his team wanted to do it. They've taken almost 5 minutes off the clock now, and now deep in the red zone against this Frankfort defense that has allowed 28 points per game so far here on the season. Empty formation now. Stahlbaumer alone in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 1 to his left. Man motion will be Brigham Bruner from the right side to the left side. We're going to find him in the flat now near to the 5. About a 3-yard pass there as it gets to Brigham Bruner, the senior here, celebrated tonight.
To about the 5-yard line.
Down to about the 5, so we're going to go with a 4-yard pickup for Brigham there. Smart play there by Stahlbaumer. Didn't want to force it down into the end zone. Just found his man in the flat. Let's get the completion. Let's live for another day. 2nd down and 5 now. 2nd down and goal to go for Hanover on their first offensive possession of the game. To the left hit will be Juneman. He's going to get the carry up the middle. Dive for the end zone. What's the call? Touchdown. Hanover Wildcats. Alec Juneman with a 5-yard touchdown run. He will answer back that Lane Loiseau touchdown run from earlier in the game, making this 8-6.
Wes Anderson was there on the goal line, attempted to stop him, but really nice performance, being able to get in the air, dive into the end zone right over Wes, and get in for those 6 points.
We've seen Hanover go right up the middle, and if you talk to Coach Nick Anderson, that's where this Frankfort defense has had a little struggle with in on the year. Stahlbaumer will be in the gun with Gentleman to his right. Bruno's going to go in motion left to right behind the quarterback. It's going to be a fake pitch that side. Looks up the middle. Stryken's going to find a man in the back of the end zone. Pass completion to Hanover. That's going to go to Tanner Bruna as he finds the time score here. We're tied up at 8. 5:06 left to play first quarter. You're listening to high school football here on KNDY.
You don't ask that much from your propane provider. Just the basics. Competitive pricing, quick delivery, reliable service. And if there's an emergency, the assurance that you won't be left out in the cold. You get all of that from Wanklin Oil. If you're not getting what you want from your current propane dealer, call Wanklin Oil at 1-800-794-2019. Jared, Dennis, or Zach will make the transition easy. It's not a hassle. Wanklin Oil is covering more of Northeast Kansas and can get to you right away. Wanklin Oil, 1-800-794-2019. We've had the energy since 1926.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
7-8 here, 5:06 left to play first quarter here. Hanover Wildcats and the Frankfort Wildcats on our KNDY Friday night featured game of the week. Hanover took the first play down for a touchdown, Frankfort took the first play down for a touchdown. Hanover methodically answered that one back here moments ago. Nice return down the left side by Lane Loiseau, who did have a kickoff return against Donovan West, so a dangerous return man. They're going to get the ball just on the other side of the 25, short of the 30 is where they're going to mark it. So, Quentin, we had talked a little bit earlier. This is going to be, Frankfort's real first drive, I guess, that first play. Loiseau took it 53 to the house. What do you expect in this one?
Well, we haven't seen anything quite yet. We don't know what's going to happen, but I do expect them to have a good drive. Definitely put the ball in the air a little bit more. If they are able to stretch it out over a few plays, it's going to come out.
First play is going to be a quarterback run up the middle by Wes Anderson. He's going to keep it for a gain of nothing, maybe even a loss of 1. We're going to give him a loss of 1 on the first play of the game there. So Lane Loiseau took that first play of the game right up the middle, something we're not necessarily, I don't want to say not accustomed to seeing this Frankfort team do, but used to them throwing the ball around. First offensive possession was a touchdown. We'll see what happens here on the second one. It's going to be a run down to the right side, stopped nicely by that Hanover defense, a group of Wildcats there, led by Cameron Juneman as Loiseau gets his second run of the game for no gain. So this Hanover defensive front, led by Levi Griffith and Patrick Cook up the middle, as well with Cameron Juneman on that left side, they're going to be the group that I'm watching so far here tonight.
They definitely look locked in now. it can happen the way you come out for one play, you let something big happen. You just weren't locked in yet. They look at now, not giving up a single yard, actually getting a yard on defense. So
this Hanover defense, who has only allowed 30, 40 points in their last 4 wins, is going to get an offside penalty here tonight on the defensive jump. That's going to give Frankfort free yardage here tonight. And as we like to mention, or as we did mention in the opening, had over 22 penalties combined last year's game between these Frankfort Wildcats and Hanover Wildcats in a contest that Hanover ended up winning after coming back at half 36-3. That game saw quarterback Wes Anderson leave with an injury, really changed the game around when that happened. A late season game too there in that one as well. So anything is up for grabs here in this one. Tied at 8 with 3:15 left to play here. First quarter, 3rd down and 5, ball at the 34-yard line of Frankfort. Frankfort's going to get the first down and then some. Screen pass down the right side, 5-10, touchdown, Frankfort Wildcats. The long pass play to Lane Loizo. Loizo now with 2 touchdowns here on the night, as that's going to be a 46-yard touchdown pass and catch for the Wildcats.
The run definitely was not working there for them, so they go to their bread and butter, pass it on that screen down the left side, and they pick up a big play like we know they can. They are explosive in the air.
Very explosive, already 14-8, and 2 big plays, chunk plays, we like to call them, over 45 yards for the Frankfort Wildcats. 2-point conversion now here for the Wildcats. Anderson in the backfield. Spinner back's going to be the fake. Has a man left side, wide open. That will be a 2-point conversion, good to Carter Olson for the 2-point conversion as Frankfort takes the 18-6 lead. So, Quentin, we talked about it, 2 quick plays, but that one different than the first one we saw in this game.
Yeah, they went into the air there. The ground game was not working for them on that drive, losing a yard total. But we know Frankfort has an explosive air raid, and they showed it there against Hanover. So Hanover might have got a little focus stopping the run, so they might need to spread it back out. But we will see what defensive changes they make and if they can stop both the run and the air raid.
And just a simple little wide receiver screen to the far side on that one. No missed tackles, but Loizo was able to just outrun the defense like he did on that first play. So we've seen Hanover run 5 offensive plays, get 2 touchdowns out of the deal so far here tonight, and 2 different ways. Same man, though, Lane Loizo. The story of the night so far here tonight, a 54-yard touchdown run on the first play of the game, and just moments ago, a 46-yard touchdown pass on a wide receiver screen from quarterback Wes Anderson has given the Frankfort Wildcats this 16-8 lead. 3:03 left to play here, first quarter. Max Blasky along with Quentin Blasky here on this busy weekend of high school football and volleyball too as well. Sub-states getting underway tomorrow. We're going to take a look at those here as well as long as this broadcast goes through just fine too as well. Regional cross country tomorrow as well, and then of course next weekend state volleyball is underway. Of course KNDY is your home coverage for anything state volleyball this year, as the Hanover Lady Wildcats especially look to get back into that state title game for now the 3rd year in a row. Here on the field, the Hanover Wildcats trail 16-8. Early first quarter action here. Frankfort has been explosive here so far today. Quentin, I assume we're going to see probably Hanover try and do what they did before, march it down the field and end up with a touchdown.
Hanover likes to keep it on the ground, march it down the field, as you said, and that was the only big difference from last year, with their time of possession being much greater than Frankfort's.
Hanover's going to start the ball at the 15 after the kick went off the inside. There's going to be a seam up the middle for Juniman as he takes a tumble close to the first down marker, but a good run there by Alec Juniman again here tonight. He was coming off a 100-plus yard rushing game last week unofficially down at Lynn. He's going to take a little break to the sideline there. Looks like he took a shot to the gut as Adric Covers will come in for him here early on. 2nd down and 2 will be the call now for the Hanover Wildcats. 2 receivers left, empty backfield for Stahlbaumer. Ball at the 23-yard line of Hanover. Snap goes to Stahlbaumer. It's going to be a direct run up the middle. Ryken's going to bully that head down forward again for another first down. We're going to give him 7 yards on that one, as Stahlbaumer and Juniman have been the big names so far here tonight. Defensively, this Frankfort team looking okay, but have been able to get gashed in the middle of that defense so far.
Yeah, that open backfield look for Hanover has been working out quite well. We've seen them be able to pass out of that, but also the quarterback be able to take the snap and run it right down the gut for a good chunk yardage.
And, of course, with all the athletes that Hanover is and Coach Matt Hoyer has at his disposal, for the Frankfort defense have to be wary of everything. One receiver in the backfield. We're going to pitch it here at left side. Actually, Stahlbaumer's going to keep it. Couldn't find a pitchman as that Frankfort defense came up from the corner and stopped that pitch. It's going to be a gain of nothing for Stahlbaumer on that one, and we'll bring up now a 2nd down and 10.
No gain on the play.
Yeah, that looked like an option run there from Stahlbaumer. He didn't see anything, and really those options haven't been working well tonight. Frankfort being able to get into that backfield a little too quickly for anything to develop.
Running into the short side there, too, as well. Hanover tried that on a 4th down earlier in the contest. Were stopped, but got a face mask penalty on Frankfort. Here's going to be a 2nd penalty now onto this Frankfort defense. Jumping offside was the left side of the lane. I believe the first man across was Trent Harden. So we talked about it in there earlier, and I feel like we just keep going back to it. But this is already the 4th penalty between the teams accepted. We're still in the first quarter.
200 yards of penalty yardage on last year's game is quite remarkable. They're going to really need to tame that.
Here's going to be a run up the middle by Juniman, stopped by that Frankfort defense for about 2. Or 1, we're going to give Juniman on that run. Wyatt Keller will get the tackle, get credited for the tackle. The big senior in the middle, of course. This is the last regular season game for both of these teams. Of course, Week 9 action will be underway along with state volleyball. Keep it tuned right here to KNDY Radios. We'll have updates throughout the next 2 busy weekends. 3rd down and 4 now from the 36 of Hanover. 2 men go in motion. It's going to be a penalty on Hanover, or a timeout. Matt Hoyer's going to get it before the penalty sets in. 14.9 seconds left here before the quarter break. We're going to keep it right here, just talking about a busy schedule here this weekend. Taking a look at some of the sub-state brackets. The Centralia Panthers are the number 1 overall seed in the Burlingame bracket, going with a record of 26-12. Another successful year for the Panthers over there. You're on Frankfort Wildcats will be down at the Wakefield sub-state. They're the number 1 overall seed with a 21-14 record. Washington County also on that bracket as the 4 seed with a 17-6 record. The Valley Heights Mustangs, who have a big district matchup against Smith Center tonight, they are the 2 seed in the Alma-Wabaunsee bracket. They go in with a 25-11 record. Top-seeded Perryville goes in with a 20-6 record. While over in Axel, a lot of action will be going on for the area teams. Of course, Axel, your host school, will be the 3 seed with a 13-23 record. And then Bulldogs will go in with a 16-9 record, while the Hanover Lady Wildcats will take another successful season into the sub-state after a 29-6 season finish as they look to get the back-to-back state championships games in volleyball. 3rd down and 4 now from just short of midfield. It's going to be a quarterback design run left side here, near side into the lane. Believe he's going to be short by just a yard. A 2-yard pickup for Stahlbaumer now with 30 yards here on the night, and believe that will take us to quarter break. It will, as Frankfort leads 16-8 here on senior night in Hanover. You're listening to the KNDY Friday night featured game of the week. You keep it tuned right here. We'll be right back.
Your opportunity, your solution, your success. That's Souther's Feeds approach, and that's what sets us apart. I'm Leanne Litton, and I invite you to experience the Souther difference. We're about visiting the ranch, walking your pens, and weighing the options to develop a ration combination that will be the most efficient and profitable for your business. Souther's, a family-owned company that identifies opportunities and applies solutions for your success. Souther Feeds in Frankfort and online at SoutherFeeds.com. Souther Feeds, where your success is our success.
Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, providing high-quality coverage and service, all at a competitive premium cost. Since 1888, Bremen Farmers Mutual has offered homeowner, farm owner, business owner, fire, and inland marine coverage. Dependable and affordable. See your local agent representing Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance. Learn more about the various insurance products offered by going online at bfmic.com.
End of first quarter here. Action, Max Blasky along with Quentin Blasky here to my left side as Frankfort leads this one 16-8. Frankfort got a score on the first play of the game on a Lane Loiza 53-yard touchdown. Hanover answered back a few minutes later with a touchdown run of their own. And here we are with a big fourth down at midfield. 4th down and 1. Solomon will be in the backfield. Team switch sides. Now Hanover going left to right. Up the middle, it's going to be Juneman. Second effort might have got there. Far side Judds comes in. Looks like he's going to be crowned short. Let's see what the official call is.
Yeah, both officials are coming down as if it was short.
And the call is going to be short, so that Frankfort defense tried to get caught up the middle again, where Hanover has had a little success, but Juneman could not find a hole in the middle of that Frankfort defense, and the defensive line for Frankfort comes up big with a stop there.
Yeah, that was one of their biggest stops, and that's when they needed it.
A big momentum stop there for Frankfort, now back in offense inside the 44. Hanover. Deep shot here, left side. He's going to shoot for Loiza. The hot man here almost had it. Good coverage, though, on that near side by the Hanover Wildcat defense. Coming up big, getting the stop. Defense there by Brandon Bikeman in that cornerback position. Once again, Wes Anderson going for his man Loiza, looking for his third touchdown already here in this contest.
Even if Loiza is covered, he is definitely a good target. He's just a little bit bigger than Bikeman. They were looking to get it over there, but well played by Bikeman there on the coverage.
First long shot we've seen here from from Frankfort here so far tonight. Of course, we talked all about Frankfort gets to run. A lot of it is yak yardage to run after catch. Anderson's going to pass it up the middle. That's going to be, I believe, Brock Armstrong with his first carry of the night on a 2nd down and 10 run. Gain of nothing for the big boy up front. And now all of a sudden, after Frankfort gets that big stomp on the 4th down and 1, Wildcats now in a deep 3rd down and 10 of their own here.
It's going to be interesting to see what Frankfort does here, but good job by Hanover so far, and if they keep it up, it could definitely put them right back into this.
2 receivers left, running back in the backfield, Willie Armstrong. Snap is a little high. We're going to find the Loiza near side, tipped at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't see who got his hand up there for the Hanover Wildcats. Looked like maybe Dean Lubin in there on senior night getting a big call on that one. 4th down now and 10 for the Wildcats, so a big defensive stop for Hanover on that one.
Huge stop there. If they can get this ball right back, they're right back where they started. They can go down the field, do what they were doing, and hopefully tie this game up.
Frankfort will come out now, 4th down and 10, ball right at midfield, 40-yard line. It looks like we're going to go for it. Nothing to lose here for Coach Nick Anderson. Empty set with trips to the left side. Pressure coming up the middle, possibly by Hanover. His linebacker looks blitz. He does. Right up the middle, into the face of Wes Anderson. Anderson gets away from it. Right side, he's going to break away. 1st down, Frankfort, and takes a hit before he gets pushed out of bounds. Over on that sideline, Hunter PK for getting the tackle, but a 1st down run by quarterback Wes Anderson. He was shot out of a bullet on that one.
Yeah, Kiefer definitely knew he needed to get that, Armstrong definitely knew he needed to get that 1st down. He lowered his shoulder and went right through Kiefer there, but Kiefer did enough to put him on the ground and stop him from getting any additional yardage. Really the last line of defense there, so good job by him.
A real meat at the sticks there from this Hanover defense. Nonetheless, though, a 1st down is the call after Frankfort gets a 1st down on 4th and 10 at midfield. Clock continues to run. 11 minutes left to play here, 2nd quarter. Loiza will be the tight back. Left side, Anderson's going to look his way. Now pressure comes up the middle, and he's going to be taken down. That's going to be a 6-yard sack by who else but big number 34, Patrick Cook in there. Levi Griffith gets actually the credit for the sack on that one as the Hanover defense, the front 3, come up big on that 1st down stop.
we've seen Hanover be able to get in that backfield a few times already just on this drive. So we might see it more and more as the game progresses.
Brought a blitz on that fourth down, didn't pay off. Get pressure with 3 men there on that one. Eliza goes in motion left to right. Anderson takes the snap. Quick pressure off the near side screen. Near side tackled quickly by the Hanover defense. Levi Griffith in there again. Got off his block with the screen, and taking a shot on that reception was Trent Harden. 1 yard pass completion, but once again, a long 3rd down and 15 now for Frankfort.
This Hanover team might have found something defensively that's working out quite well. They are able to put pressure on the quarterback, and with the pressure, he can't even pass. They tried to attempt to do a screen pass there. Normally, something you do against a blitz, it works well, but even there, quarterback wasn't able to deliver it accurately.
Pressure right up the middle is going to bring down a 3rd down and 15. Ball up to 35 now. Anderson will be in the backfield with Armstrong right to his behind. Eliza goes in motion left to right. Now Stomps goes back left. Shotgun snap. Here goes Anderson near side. Pass is going to be incomplete. Targeted for Trent Harden, I believe, who just took a shot moments ago from that Hanover defense. It's going to be incomplete. Aiming for Harden on that one. And now a 4th down and 16. Moments ago, we saw Frankfort get a 1st down on a 4th down and 10 from right at the 40. Here's going to be a 4th down and 16 from the 35 side of this Hanover defense. I'm sure Coach Wes Anderson will think about going for it, but front formation come the Frankfort Wildcats. That's why I don't guess anymore when it comes to going with plays. Punter will be Armstrong, almost blocked there by Hanover. It's going to go out of bounds. Is kicking it right out of bounds, was Lane Loiza, the punter. But pressure once again came up quickly from this Hanover defense.
Yeah, you combine that with a little bit of a must snap there, and he wasn't able to get the ball soon enough to get the ball off before that pressure got there, and it winds up in being a pretty short punt there, only bringing up about 25 to 30 yards.
We're going to have a timeout here. Frankfort takes their first timeout of the half. We're going to take it with them here. Stay tuned, though, as we'll be right back. Frankfort leading this one 16-8.
I know it takes good hands to place the winning kick. This is Jack Bloomer, holder of the Big 12 champion Kansas State Wildcats. Inline Construction of Marysville specializes in concrete, commercial, and residential construction. Call them today at 785-562-5525 to plan and execute your building project. When you hire Inline, rest assured you'll be in good hands from start to finish.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Get professional service on all brands of equipment. Call B&W Electric in Hanover, your local Rheem contractor, at 785-337-2598 today.
First down here for the Wildcats. Quarterback run right up the middle again. Stallmalmer's going to roll forward for about 4 more yards, but once again, that run goes right up the middle into the teeth of that Frankfort defense. We'll bring up a 2nd down and
5 to go.
5 now for Hanover.
Hanover's defense was able to come out, stop the explosive Frankfort there. Now with the ball picking up 5 yards there, we're going to see if they go back to their ground game or if we see something different on this drive.
And, of course, the first touchdown of the night, Hanover took 6 minutes off that first quarter clock. I'm sure Coach Foyer and his Wildcats looking to do the same thing here. To the left hip pocket will be Juniman. It's going to be option far side. Riken's going to keep it, though. Quarterback power up the middle, taking some Wildcats with them and falling forward. About a 14-yard pickup there for Riken Stallmalmer as he just carried a group of Hanover Wildcats with him. Tough running there by the junior quarterback.
He had 3 or 4 defenders on him there, and he kept going, picking up quite a bit of extra yardage, almost up to 5 yards after the initial touch there. I do want to say that is one of the first times I've seen that option work out well for them, so they may have found something out there too.
Stahlbaumer in the backfield alone with Juniman to his right side, two tight end tight right. The receiver split out left. Frankfort's going to crash the line. It's going to get to Juniman, gets stumbled in the backfield. We're going to have a penalty flag come down as first man in the backfield for Frankfort was Ty Smith. It's going to be a holding, though, on Hanover. Third accepted penalty on the night for the Wildcats. That's going to push them back on that first down play. Talked about it a little bit in the opening and with both coaches before our pregame show. Of course, you can catch our coaches' interviews every week on the Coaches Corner show. Frankfort airs every Thursday after sports, while Hanover airs every Tuesday after the 5 p.m. sports. Actually, a double penalty on that one. Face mask on Frankfort, too. But talking to both coaches going into this game, mistake-free football is what they were going to have to play. And so far here tonight, no turnovers, but 6 accepted penalties between both of these teams as we sat here midway through the second quarter. Empty formation now for the Wildcats. 2 receivers left. Man in motion will be Juniman from right to left. He's going to set tight inside tight. Stays in the block. Stahlbaumer's going to look back to pass. Tip near side, but taken in across the field. Good catch there by Hanover. Coming up with the catch, Tanner Bruna on that one. About a 6-yard pickup there for Bruna. Will now bring up a second down and 4 for the Hanover Wildcats.
And that was that difference that I talked about. We see there go to their pass game, a well-executed pass there to pick up about 60 yards. We'll see if they continue to mix that in or if they return to the ground.
And I think more positively, getting positive yardage on first down was the key there. Over 5 yards, setting in good position now. Second down and 4, ball on the 34-yard line of Frankfort. Frankfort brings pressure up the middle. They're going to hand it off that way. Juniman runs into a group of Wildcats. First there by Trent Harden was first man.
KNDY.
So I won't lie. I could love you like the devil if you wanted me to tonight. And we could talk about forever for a day or two. But I still got a lot of leaving left to do.
We're playing all the country you love to sing along with in the car.
You got a fast car, and I got a plan.
95.5 KNDY.
I don't talk to God like you always tell me I should. Live my life prayed that I would.
KNDY.
Apologize for that, folks. Had some missed energy there. Technical difficulties are always, a fun thing here late in the season. Haven't had any flub-ups like that, but of course we do here on this Week 8 action. We are back here with you while we were away. Frankfort does get a touchdown run by Carter Olson, I believe, as he's going to put Frankfort up 22-8 now in this first quarter. Apologize there, too, again, on that delay. Gotta love technology this time of year. 22-8 is our score. Frankfort leading this one, 2-point conversion pending now here for the Wildcats as they get the touchdown moments ago and look to open this one back up. Armstrong's going to hand it off to the wide right side, going in for the 2-point conversion. I believe he's going to be stopped short, and he will be. Good job by the Hanover offense getting a stop on that one and holding Frankfort able on the 2-point conversion. We're going to take a timeout, regroup here, bring it right back here as Frankfort leads 22-8.
We don't have to tell that harvest season is here. And while you're working the fields, Kramer Oil is on the road for you. Kramer Oil's commercial fuel delivery brings premium fuel right to your farm, making sure your machinery never skips a beat. Fast, reliable, and always on time. Because during harvest season, every second counts. Keep your farm running smooth with the name that's been there through it all. Kramer Oil. Our family serving yours for generations.
For a Goog time, head to Hanover. Goog's Bar and Grill is the happening place for food, drinks, and fun. Open 4 p.m. until midnight, Monday through Saturday, and the grill is always open late. Check out Mexican nights on Thursday with the best pizza anywhere all the time. Order by the half combo or full size with carryouts available too. Find Googs on Facebook and check out their daily specials as well as special events. Grab your friends, grab your family, or make some new friends. Where everybody knows your name, it's Googs in Hanover.
Max Blasky back with you here, Quentin Blasky. During that I guess, technical difficulty, Quentin, what exactly happened there?
Yeah, I was trying to keep an eye on the game on the field. It seemed like Hanover had a little bit of a slip-up in the backfield, pushing them back and causing it fourth down, which they were not able to convert. Frankfort did step up and hold them there, and then Frankfort did what they do best when they got the ball over on downs. It took them about 2 plays to get into the end zone with that explosive offense of theirs.
22-8 is where we set. Max Blasky with you tonight, along with Quentin Blasky in Hanover. A big district matchup game here, a District 3 game between Hanover and Frankfort. Winner of this contest will get home field advantage in next week's first playoff game of the year. It's hard to believe high school football season is already on the downhill slide. Hanover will start with the ball at their own 15-yard line. Stallbommer's going to go left side. We're going to have a penalty towards the middle of the field. Stallbommer takes a shot as he goes out of bounds, tackling him tough into that Frankfort sideline with Ty Smith. So let's see what that penalty is going to be about.
That could definitely be a costly one, and it will be as it was holding against Hanover there. Definitely bringing it back a good momentum play that they were able to do there on a fake handoff.
Hanover with the penalty called on that holding one there on the first down run by Stallbommer. Wiped that one away. Walk him back another 5 yards. Now it's going to be first down and 15 to go from the 10-yard line. So a long field now for Hanover as they look to answer back the score by Frankfort moments ago.
Definitely going to be a tough one to drive all the way down the field. They are now on the 7, but a team that can do it is definitely Hanover.
With 4 minutes left to go here, Stallbommer will be in the backfield on a first down and 15. Looking back to pass, 2 receivers left side. Will look that way, pumps once, now finds the man in the flat. That's going to be a pass completion upfield. Tanner Bruna, the recipient of that one, cuts it down from a 15 yards to go to, we're going to call it about 7.
7 to go.
On that one. Second reception now for Bruna as clock continues to run just under 4 minutes here in Hanover.
That's the same play we saw them run on first down, or at least similar to it, pass play, gaining the exact same yardage, about 7 yards there. As you said earlier, it's good to come up on first down and just get some yards.
The play on the first down was the key on that one. Now second down and manageable to work with after the holding penalty on the first down run. Second down and 7, ball at the 18. Man in motion will be Brigham Bruna. Right to left. Stallmalmer's going to look back to pass. Now he's down the middle. Has a man near side here. Pass caught and then juggled out of the hands of Tanner Bruna. With good defense coming over the top there was Wes Anderson. Stallmalmer had, I think, 2 guys on that one. Had the seam down the left side, too, and had a shot here. The first shot was the Hanover take in this one, looking to stretch that Frankfort defense a little bit here in the second quarter.
First big shot we've seen out of Hanover, and a well-delivered ball, but even better defended by Wes Anderson. He was able to get his hands in there right at the perfect time and caught some confusion with the receiver.
If you're looking for some other high school action over on our sister station, Marysville Bulldogs trailed the Clay Center Tigers 20-0 at half. Jason Brinegar and Brian Cront with that call on FM 94.1 AM 1570. Here the Hanover Wildcats look to fight back. Here's going to be a pass intended for Cameron Juneman here near side. Stallmalmer's going to take a shot in the backfield by Trent Harden, who has been all over the field so far here tonight, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 7 now to go on the incomplete pass from Stallmalmer to Juneman. Only second incomplete pass here unofficially, I guess, so far here tonight for Stallmalmer. He also has 49 rushing yards on the ground. Just like that, a long 4th down play deep inside your own territory. Let's see what Matt Hoyer and his Wildcats here have on this one. Punt formation, I believe, will be the call. Back to receive will be Lane Loiseau for the Wildcats, standing at about his own 30. Punt's going to come from about the 10-yard line. Loiseau will take it just inside the 30. Gets across midfield here near side. Now thinks he has a seam down to the left side inside the 30-yard line. And a decent little return there by Lane Loiseau, who already here so far tonight has 2 touchdowns on his evening. One on the ground, first play of the game, 54 yards to the house, and another through the air midway through the second quarter. A 46-yard pass from Anderson to Loiseau. So Frankfort looking to open this one up, leading 22-8 after Hanover goes 3 and out on their last possession. 3:47 left to play here, second quarter. In the backfield, it will be Anderson alone to himself. Receiver in motion, left to right will be Loiseau. It's going to be a pitch fade his side as he looks to get the edge. Up along the corner, good defense there by Hanover, and another late flag coming in from this near side judge. Looks like it might be a hold on the Frankfort Wildcats on offense.
Yeah, quite a few penalties tonight. I know you have already given the total, but they are costly mistakes that you really can't afford to be making here in this game.
Not happening on necessarily big plays to say it, but they are costly, as just like on that one, a holding penalty, the 4th one here so far for Frankfort, will take away a decent 7-yard pickup for Loiseau on first down, and that's a key here in this contest. Whoever can not get behind the change, I guess, the chains, if you're going to say, is going to be then that one that ends up winning so far here tonight. Clock continues to roll. 3:30 left to play. Second quarter. KNDY Friday night featured game of the week between the Hanover Wildcats and the Frankfort Wildcats. Frankfort leading this one 22-8 and half from the jump. Anderson's going to look past near side. Who else but Loiseau? Loiseau breaks the tackle. He's down inside the 10. It's a 5 touchdown. Frankfort Wildcats. 36-yard pass completion to Lane Loiseau. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns for the junior so far here tonight, and Frankfort opens this one up 28-8.
We've seen the pass go to Loiseau so often tonight. They're really trying to get him the ball no matter what on the flats there. There he was able to beat 2 defenders and get into the end zone in quite an impressive run.
Good block blocking there by the Frankfort offense, but a missed tackle near side by that Hanover defense, too, as well, led to the touchdown. 2-point conversion pending now for Anderson in the backfield. He'll fake it to Loizo, find a man in the flat. That is going to be Carter Olson for the 2-point conversion is good. Frankfort takes the early lead 30-8 is our score. 3 minutes left to play here first quarter. Keep it tuned right here, so we'll bring you more action in just a little bit.
Flint Hills Mechanical is a call away for your plumbing work, heating, and air conditioning. Backed up or won't drain? Call Flint Hills Mechanical. New and existing plumbing work, plus heating and air conditioning, as well as custom sheet metal service. Call on Flint Hills Mechanical. Find them on Facebook or give them a shout at 785-313-0103. Flint Hills Mechanical, Frankfort.
See Andy Bruna at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover for a full line of your everyday hardware needs and all the building supplies you'll need to get the job done right. Just about anything you might need around the farm or home is found at Andy's, and always fast, friendly service when you need it. It just makes good sense to shop at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover, Kansas. Apply out Wildcat Booster. That's Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover.
Stocked with the freshest produce and always fresh meat counter, J&R Market in Frankfort is your full-service grocery. Start saving today with weekly specials. The J&R Market app makes shopping a breeze, so you're in and out and on your way. Open 7 days a week for your convenience, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. until 7 p.m., Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 9 to 5. Freshest produce, best selection, greatest value, J&R Market in Frankfort.
Back here in Hanover, Frankfort leading this one 30-8. 3 minutes left to go here before halftime. Pedro Cohorst and Cameron Juniman will be back to return for the Hanover Wildcats, but they won't get a chance to return it here on this one as the boot goes back out of the end zone for another touchdown or touchback here so far tonight. Going to take a peek at some scores from around the area. Of course, in this one, 30-8 is our score. Frankfort leading. Clifton Clyde leads Bennington 14-12 at the end of one. Blue Valley and Lynn in a shootout midway through the second quarter, 28-22 as Blue Valley leads on that one. Of course, over on our sister station, FM 94.1 AM 1570, Marysville Bulldogs trail at half 20-0 to Clay Center. A matchup we talked about earlier, Mustangs leading 8-6 with 12 seconds, I guess, left to go before halftime against Smith Center. And I believe at last check, yes, Axel was up 40-0 at Donovan West, still in the first quarter on that one. Here, about 3 minutes left to go. 30-8 is our score. Frankfort leading on this one and half from the tip. It started with a 53-yard touchdown run by Lane Loizo. Hanover answered back after taking 6 minutes off the clock with a 5-yard touchdown run by Alec Juniman. It has been all Frankfort from there. Anderson found Loizo for a 45-yard touchdown pass, making it 16-8, while then Carter Olson found the end zone on a touchdown reception from Anderson, making it 22-8. And then moments ago, Anderson finds who else but Lane Loizo for a 36-yard touchdown pass, giving us our 30-8 score. Here, Hanover looking to get one back before halftime as they will receive the second half play. Stallmore's going to hit smack. Interception midfield by Frankfort. Wes Anderson will pick off the quarterback. Quarterback picks off the quarterback. And just like that, Hanover gives the ball back to Frankfort.
Really scary situation here for Hanover with the Frankfort with the ball with 2:16 left to play. We already said how explosive they are. They can definitely get in the end zone if Hanover doesn't figure something out here.
30-8, 22-point game here. Second quarter going on. Reich and Stahlbaumer under all sorts of pressure from the front three of Frankfort on that one. Had to toss it up, and that's where Frankfort will start this possession at the 35-yard line of Hanover. Anderson in the backfield. He's going to fake it. Now go left side. Pressure comes up the middle for Hanover, and they're going to get a sack. Good sack there by the duo up front of Patrick Cook and Dean Lupin getting in there on that sack. A last loss of 4 for Anderson, with now back-to-back sacks for this Hanover defense.
Hanover defense playing pretty well tonight, especially when they get that pressure on Wes Anderson. when they have that pressure, they are able to do a lot. That's when we saw them cause the 4 and out for Frankfort. So we'll see if they can do that this drive and keep them out of the end zone.
2nd down and 14 now for Frankfort at the 38-yard line after that 4-yard sack by the Hanover defense. Anderson's going to straight back the pass, has a man near side. That's going to be Loizo into his hands, out of bounds at the 13-yard line is going to be the official call, but dropping that one in the breadbasket. Heck of a beautiful pass there for quarterback Wes Anderson.
Yeah, Wes Anderson to his favorite target tonight, Loizo. As you said, a beautiful pass. Loizo just stepping out of bounds by about half his foot there. If not, he would have been in the end zone. So
107 yards already unofficially for Lane Loizo through the air tonight on only 3 receptions, 2 touchdowns, also one on the ground, a 54-yard run to start off the night. Really got this scoring going. Now Frankfort threatening here again. Screen pass far side to his fullback, Brock Armstrong. Armstrong's going to rumble down near the goal line, be stopped just short. But 11-yard pickup there for Brock Armstrong, as getting everyone involved so far here tonight has been this Frankfort offense.
Frankfort will have a 1st down, goal to go.
1st down and goal to go now for Frankfort. 1:15 left to play as they look to put up another score here yet before halftime gets here in Hanover. Of course, the Wildcats misspoke earlier. Frankfort will receive the second half kickoff, so an opportunity to put this one away right when we come back from half. Anderson's going to hand it off, but who else? Loizo up the middle for a 1-yard touchdown run. 55 yards now on the ground for Loizo, and that score will now push our lead up to 36-8 Hanover.
It's really impressive the way they are utilizing Loizo here. We have seen him in the flats, out long for passes, but also in the backfield, the man in rotation. They are trying to get him the ball any way they can.
2-point conversion here now, pending, now for Frankfort as they look to go up 80. Or 30, where'd I get 80 from? Down in the middle, it's going to be stuffed by the Hanover defense. Cameron Juneman there along with his boys up front are going to stop that 2-point conversion, keep us right here at 36-8. Of course, a busy night here in the state of Kansas with Week 8 football underway. One more week until playoffs. Of course, KNDY is your home for playoff football all throughout the year. Of course, too, for state volleyball, got a bunch of teams looking to buy their mark back. Of course, most notably the Hanover Wildcats looking to get back into the state championship game for the 3rd straight year. They will be the number 1 seed kicking off tomorrow. Sub-state volleyball is already tomorrow. Where's this year gone by? Hanover will be the 1 seed in Axtell. Lynn will be your 2 seed, while Axtell will be your 3. Other Twin Valley League teams in play tomorrow. The Frankfort Wildcats will be the number 1 overall seed down in the Wakefield tournament. Washington County will be your 4 seed. Some other schools, too, as well. Centralia will be the 1 seed at Burlingame, while the Valley Heights Mustangs and your 2023 TVL champion, Blue Valley Mustangs, will be the 2 seed out at the Alma-Waubuncy tournament with a 25-11 record. Tough matchups out there. Number 1 seed Care Perryville 20-6, while the 3 seed Linden 24-12. So Mustangs got a tough one there in this weekend, while a tough one on the gridiron tonight against Smith Center. Mentioned that score moments ago. Valley Heights leading 8-6 at last check. 36-8, though, here is our score as Frankfort has opened this one up into the second quarter. Kickoff's going to go deep out the back of the end zone once again, as Frankfort has not given Hanover an opportunity to boot that one through yet here so far. Ole Martin Save, the senior, the German exchange student for Frankfort, got a heck of a leg on him. Always booting that one out of bounds. Pretty easy for your teams to start at the 15 each time if the ball goes towards the back of the end zone. So 55 seconds left here for the Hanover Wildcats, trailing 36-8 before halftime. Let's see if Coach Matt Hoyer's got anything dialed up here for this Hanover offense that has seemed to hit a sputtering point here in the last couple possessions. Saul Armour alone in the backfield, 1 receiver left, 1 receiver right, split out. Juneman will pick up the rush from Frankfort across the middle. It's going to go. Catch is made near the first down marker. That's going to be Tanner Bruna picking up his third pass of the game. It's going to be a 10-yard pass completion. So after the interception, right to the air go the Wildcats. Clock continues to move here. One timeout in head coach Matt Hoyer's back pocket. Frankfort will receive this second half kickoff. We'll see what they decide to do here with 30 seconds left to go before half. Trips near side in a triangle bunch. One receiver split out left. Three linemen coming in to pass will be Stahlbaumer. He's going to step up now. He's going to run here. Near side, Hanover defense is going to push him out of bounds. He gives a shot there to the Hanover defender. Coming up to make that tackle is Brock Armstrong. Pushes him out of bounds with 22.4 seconds left to go here before half.
Really impressive of the quarterback there, Stahlbaumer, to stay on his feet after taking that big shot and was able to get out of bounds. That is huge in this situation now with only 22 seconds. We are going to see if they have anything dialed up. They almost have to go for it. As Max said, Frankfort gets the ball, and if they do, who knows what can happen if this game will end.
Hanover trailing 36-8 here, 22 seconds left to go before half. It's a big name from last week's game, Cameron Juneman, who had over 70 yards after the catch. We'll see if they get it out in his hands now. I hope it's going to be a pass completion far side. Pass will be complete to the man out of the backfield. Brigham Bruno will be the one who pulls that one down for the, we're going to call it the 2-yard reception now. A 3rd down and 3 is going to be the call for Coach Matt Hoyer and his Wildcats. 3rd down and 3, 16 seconds left to go. Ball just short of midfield here. It'll be interesting to see what comes out, but I guess story of the game so far here tonight has been this Frankfort defense that has only allowed Hanover 8 points so far.
Yeah, the Frankfort defense has been playing great as a team. We see multiple players with upwards of 4 tackles, 1 interception by Wes Anderson. He's been playing well, 4 tackles for himself. Brock Armstrong, Keller, Olson, all with 4 tackles. So definitely everyone's stepping up. Many other players here with single or double tackles. So they are playing as a team, and everyone's getting involved on the defense.
And I think a key for Frankfort moving forward, of course, the winner of this game will get home field advantage next week. We'll face off against either Beloit St. John's or Wakefield, depending on how tonight's games go. But this defense moving forward, I think, will be the key for Frankfort. We know they can put points up on the board, averaging almost 40 a game, but it will be how they stop certain teams as they try and make a deep playoff run this year under 8th-year head coach Wes Anderson. Back to pass, though, will be Hanover. Pass is going to be bounced in front of the intended receiver, far side, intended again for Tanner Bruna, who already has 23 yards on 3 receptions unofficially here so far tonight. Incomplete pass now for Stahlbaumer will bring up 4th down and 3. Coach Wes Anderson with 2 timeouts in his pocket and 12 seconds left to go. Will be interesting to see what happens at that. Of course, we're getting close to halftime. Keep it tuned in here. We're going to catch through news, weather, and sports, as well as talk with our TVL Sports Spotlight Zone, Jeff Wirtz, as he takes us around the Twin Valley League and looks at all the action going on this wonderful Week 8 of Friday Night Football. Stahlbaumer is going to look up the pass. Across the middle it goes. Caught. I believe that's going to be Bruna who picks up the completion. It's going to be about a 15-yard pass and pickup. Clock will stop with 5 seconds left to go here. Balls get set. I'm sure Hanover will clock it. In the shotgun will be Stahlbaumer, though. Snap goes off. They will clock it with 2.4 seconds left. But now an opportunity here for Hanover inside the Frankfort territory.
Impressive pass there, picking up over 15 yards. I would say about 16 or 17 yards there. The previous pass was on the ground, but that is not the worst situation to happen there. Even though it brought up 4th down, you have to go for it anyway. The receiver was near the out-of-bounds. Clock probably would have stopped anyways, but it's not the worst thing to happen, and they come out with a planned pass like that to pick up good yardage.
Ball on the 32.4 seconds left. Last play here before halftime. Stahlbaumer in the backfield with Juneman to his right side. Stahlbaumer look back to pass left side, takes a shot as time expires, incomplete, and that's how we are going to go to halftime. Again at half, 36-8 is our score. Frankfort's leading this one on our KNDY Friday night featured game of the week. Keep it tuned in during halftime as we go through news, weather, and, of course, a look around the TVL with our TVL Sports Spotlight's own Jeff Worth. Again, here from Hanover at halftime, 36-8 the score. Frankfort leading this one. You're listening to high school football on KNDY.
KNDY has been your sports leader of local teams since the days of leather helmets.
Well, okay, not that long, but since the days before the Blue Valley and Nemaha Valley Leagues combined, for over 40 years, KNDY has been your source for scores, interviews, and live play-by-play action of your favorite teams all season long. The game and technology may have changed, but our coverage remains the same. KNDY, your area sports leader, on air, online, and on our mobile app.
And just like that, Week 8 is here in Kansas high school football. Teams fighting for playoff spots, home field advantage, or just fighting to end their season on a positive note all over the Twin Valley League. Hello, I'm Jeff Worth, host of the TVL Spotlight on KNDYradio.com. Let's take a look around the league. We'll start with the game you are listening to right now, Frankfort taking on Hanover. Both of these teams have had spectacular seasons, fighting through some tough competition in District 3. Quarterback play will be key here tonight. Will it be Hanover's Reichen Stahlbaumer or Frankfort's Wes Anderson who can overcome the experienced defenses that will be thrown at them all night long? Both of these teams are off to the postseason already, but the winner gets home field advantage in the state playoffs, something that comes in oh so handy in early November. The team that both Hanover and Frankfort have been chasing all year long has been the Axtell Eagles. Tonight, Axtell faces off against Donovan West. The two-time defending state champs are locked in and ready to go for another run at the state championship this year. Donovan West shouldn't prove much of a test tonight as they have yet to pick up a win, but Axtell can't fall asleep at the wheel in this game or it could make things a little bit more difficult than it should. Maybe one of the more intriguing games of the night comes in Randolph as the Blue Valley Rams take on the Lynn Bulldogs. The winner is the fourth-place team in District 3, and the loser misses out on the playoffs. Not enough is being said about the two quarterbacks in this game either. Both Blue Valley's Landon Schreiber and Lynn's Gavin Turk get lost in the commotion of talking about the Andersons, Stahlbaumers, Schmelzleys, and Spoonses in the league. Both guys command their offenses extremely well and are vocal leaders for their squads. This might be the most important game for either of these schools in quite some time. Blue Valley hosting Lynn tonight in Randolph. A game with a ton of variables as far as playoff positioning goes happens as the Clifton-Clyde Eagles travel to Bennington. Clifton-Clyde can capture the District 5 championship with a win over the Bulldogs, but due to a point spread tiebreaker, must do it by at least 2 touchdowns, while also hoping that Lincoln can upset El Saline by roughly the same margin. Or to make it easier, Clifton-Clyde just needs to go handle business and let the chips fall where they may. Something I'm sure Coach Russ Steinbruck has focused on all week. Trent Long has thrown for 14 touchdowns for this high-powered CCE team, but they still have more work to do tonight as Clifton-Clyde is on the road taking on the Bennington Bulldogs. The 1A 11-man District 5 title is on the line as Valley Heights hosts Smith Center. The Mustangs dominated Wabaunsee last week in a game that many around the state thought could be a trap for Valley Heights. Instead, Carson Spoons had 5 touchdowns. Jaden DeWalt reminded everyone just who he is with a 200-yard night, and Valley Heights easily dispatched of the Chargers 64-26. The Smith Center defense hasn't allowed 60 total points all year, so it may be a bit of an uphill task for Valley Heights. But with the stride that the Mustangs have hit recently, they're without a doubt going to give it their all to take home the District 5 championship. I'm happy to say that this is where I will be on this Friday night, Valley Heights taking on Smith Center. Finally tonight, Washington County is at Rock Hills. The Tigers have taken the brunt of the abuse in District 5, scoring just 14 points in district play. The season started out so promising for Washington County as they took 2 of their first 3 games. But the offense just never could quite catch up, and now in Week 8 they play for pride as they regroup and look forward to next season with a renewed hope to bring back Tiger football to the Promised Land. Washington County on the road tonight at Rock Hills. Elsewhere in the TVL, Centralia is at Pleasant Ridge. Onega hosts Jackson Heights, and Troy is at Riverside. I, of course, will have updates of all of these games all night long over on social media. Follow at TVL Spotlight on both Facebook and Twitter. That's it for me. Now back to your KNDY featured game of the week, Frankfort taking on Hanover.
It's a great time to be a Wildcat.
It's good! The Wildcats are champions of the Big 12!
The defending Big 12 champions hit the turf right here all season long. Join us Saturday as the Wildcats head to Lubbock to take on Texas Tech in a Big 12 showdown. Our coverage begins at 4 on your home for Kansas State Wildcat football.
On Classic Country 1570 and 94.1 FM KNDY.
To keep your vehicle running good and looking good, all you need is M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort. Motor oil, air filters, spark plugs, batteries, brakes, and more. M&R also has what you need for the outside of the vehicle. Wheel cleaners, glass cleaners, washes, and waxes. That's M&R Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer in Frankfort.
Just like our area athletes work each day in practice to perform at their best in the big game, the staff at Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer, work daily to provide the best parts and service experience when you need it most. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations. We know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one. Bruna Implement Company, since 1947.
F&A Construction will build it right. Call today for a quick quote if you're building, remodeling, or adding on. Enjoy your home more and increase its value with F&A Construction. They'll tackle your every project to make sure it's done right. For complete construction services, call on F&A Construction today at 292-4692. That's 292-4692.
Back here in Hanover as the Wildcats trail Frankfort 36-8, just rolling through halftime here. Max Blasky with you along with Quentin Blasky here so far tonight. So, Quentin, real quickly before we get into the stats, what have been your overall thoughts for both sides?
Both sides not playing bad, especially for the Frankfort Wildcats with an offense ran through Luizo. Hanover, their defense has looked impressive at times. They definitely need to find out what was working for them. It looked like they were able to get pressure on the quarterback Anderson of the Frankfort Wildcats. So definitely going back to that pressure, I imagine. And really the only person they can't stop is Luizo for the Frankfort Wildcats. He is having an impressive night.
Lane Luizo so far here tonight, 3 catches, 107 yards unofficially through the air, 2 touchdowns to his name, and, of course, took the opening play for the Frankfort Wildcats down to the house, 54 yards for the rushing touchdown. Talking about the quarterback play, as Jeff was here moments ago, Wes Anderson for the Frankfort Wildcats unofficially so far here tonight. 5-for-9 with 111 yards and those 3 touchdown passes, one of them to Carter Olson. On the other score sheet so far here tonight, Hanover Riken Stahlbomber 5-for-10 unofficially for 46 yards and an interception throw. Also 8 rushes for 49 yards on the ground, while Alec Juniman has toted it 8 times for 31 yards and a touchdown to himself. Of course, Frankfort got out to the early 8-0 lead with that 53-yard run by Luizo. Hanover took 6 minutes off the clock to answer back with a 5-yard touchdown run by Juniman, but it's been all Frankfort since there. Wes Anderson found Luizo midway through the second quarter for that 45-yard touchdown pass, giving Frankfort the 16-8 lead, and they continued to pile it on. Carter Olson found the end zone on that touchdown pass from Wes Anderson. Anderson another one to Luizo with 3 minutes left to go in that second quarter, and with a minute left to go before halftime. Lane Luizo found the end zone for his second rushing touchdown so far here tonight on the 1-yard run up the middle, giving Frankfort the 36-8 lead. Looking elsewhere around the league, a few scores to pass along for you. Down at Valley Heights, the Mustangs lead Smith Center in a battle for the district title, 8-6. Clifton Clyde leading Bennington 14-12. Last check at first quarter. At halftime, Centralia up on Pleasant Ridge 22-17. 22-6, I believe, in that one. Troy is leading Riverside 14-0, while midway through the first quarter, last check of scores, Axtell was leading Doniphan West 40-0. Blue Valley was up on Lynn 28-22. And, of course, over on our sister station, FM 94.1, AM 1570, the Clay Center Tigers lead Marysville 41-0 at half. While in other North Central Kansas League action, Wamego leads Abilene 24-0. Rock Creek is up on Concordia 36-0. 3 minutes left to go here before second half action gets starting. Was corrected there too as well. Hanover will receive your second half kickoff. We're going to take another timeout, bring it right back here to you as Frankfort leads this one 36-8 on our KNDY Friday night featured game of the week.
Hanover Hospital is your hospital close to home, where your friends and neighbors provide high-quality, family-friendly, state-of-the-art health care for you and your family, featuring holistic pain management with local personalized treatment, as well as cardiac, imaging and radiology, lab and therapy services, and emergency room facilities, all at Hanover Hospital. Hanover Hospital and the Warren Clinic are offering free sports and school physicals. Call today to schedule your appointment.
Friendly, personalized service to meet your banking needs. That's the standard at First National Bank, Frankfort.
My community bank has responded to the changes needed to keep my money safe and secure. They've switched to cards with the latest technology, which is safer and more secure than before. My community bank provides safety and security while staying on top of the latest banking trends.
Let First National Bank's brand of banking be responsive to your needs. First National Bank, Frankfort, proud to be your community bank. Member FDIC.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
With fall harvest in full swing, Trailers for You would like to remind you to give them a call to book your Hogemeyer and Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed. This is Jane Studer with Trailers for You, located at the corner of Highway 9 and 99 in Frankfort. We have travel-along tilt, dump bed, flatbed, and stock trailers on hand. Call us at 785-292-4166 to order net wrap now to take advantage of the fall sale and get your Merit stock trailers ordered for delivery in the spring. Call 785-292-4166. Go Cats.
Second half action about underway here as we wind it down. I want to remind everyone, too, if you're looking for some K-State football action, tune into our sister station, FM 94.1, AM 1570, as TCU Horned Frogs make the trip up to Manhattan. That's going to be a 6 o'clock kickoff. Morphean pregame is when that starts. KU Jayhawks are idle. They'll be live back early tomorrow or next week. Saturday, they kick off a homecoming game versus Oklahoma, a big, important Big 12 matchup in that one. 11 o'clock kickoff, 10:30 pregame start for our next KU broadcast. And, of course, throughout the season, too, as well, KU and K-State football and basketball. The first part of November. Football and some volleyball yet here still, and we're already talking about some college football, but it is here nonetheless. KU Jayhawks will start their preseason action, I believe, on the 28th of October, while K-State will kick off that first Wednesday in November, which is the 3rd, if I am thinking of that right. First half kickoff goes into the back of the end zone, just as all they have done here so far tonight from Frankfort. So Hanover will get the ball at the 15-yard line. After stalling on their last play of that first half. Quentin, they looked good at times, but just couldn't find that consistency in that first half.
Yeah, the key is consistency. They look great at times, being able to run it down the field or pass. I think they need to go to a little bit of a mixed-up offense. I like their open backfield look, and so we'll see what they have drawn up coming out of half here.
First play of the game blown up in the backfield by Wyatt Keller with the tackle for loss. Alec Juniman is going to take the loss of, it looks like 3 or 4 on that one. Loss of 2 is going to be the official call Frankfort noticed, had a little chance to look back and think about it. They've been bringing a lot of pressure from their linebackers, a combination there of Caden Combs, who is a staple in the middle of that field, and Carter Olson. Both have been bringing pressure along off the edge with Trent Hartman off this near side all night tonight. So it's going to be up to this Hanover offensive line to try and block them. Here's going to be a pitch. It's going to be a fumble. Frankfort's going to jump on. Anderson gets it down to the one, but we do have there's an option play near side. They tried to get it to Old Gene, who slipped in the backfield. The pitch timing then was off from Saulbaumer to his running back. Let's see what the call here is. If it stands, Frankfort will take its first possession inside the 2-1.
Setting your heart on fire with a lot of great music. Does that make any sense? I contend it does not.
Southeast Nebraska's country station, 95.5 KNDY.
Baby, what do you say we just get lost? Leave this one-horse town like two rebels without a cause. I've got people in Boston, ain't your daddy still in Des Moines? We can pack up tomorrow, tonight let's flip a coin. Heads Carolina, tails California, somewhere greener, somewhere warmer, up in the mountains, down by the ocean, where it don't matter, as long as we're both.
KNDY.
Apologies on that again. Technical difficulties in this Week 8 are not a friend of the lighthearted here so far this evening, but we're back on again. Didn't miss much as Brock Armstrong took it in from 1 yard out on the touchdown run. Frankfort leads this one now 44-8. Here, it just at the start of the second quarter. Max Blasky with you here. Quentin Blasky to my right. We're going to take 1 30-second timeout. Bring it right back here as Hanover trails Frankfort 44-8.
Every great team has shared qualities that separated them from all else. Whether you're talking about the 72 Dolphins, the 92 Dream Team, the Fab Five, or the Magnificent Seven, you can count on one thing. The vision was clear and the commitment was obvious. High standards were set and improvement was never ending. At Sapp Brothers, our goal is simple: to be your number one source of propane, lubricants, and extreme premium diesel fuel. And we'll reach our goal by treating you like family and giving you service that makes you want to come back. Join our team, Sapp Brothers Petroleum, in Philly, Crete, Lincoln, Humboldt, and Hanover, Kansas.
Stay connected, stay informed. Get the Frankfort community's top stories every week. Frankfort Area News is a small-town community newspaper dedicated to their advertisers, subscribers, and community. The Frankfort Area News was established in 1991 and is the official paper of the City of Frankfort, City of Vermilion, and USD 380. They love receiving news from their readers. If you have an engagement, wedding, birth, family reunion, or something you think local readers would enjoy, or to subscribe, get in touch with the Frankfort Area News at 292-4726.
44-8 our score here. Max Blasky along with Quentin Blasky finding some technical difficulties here tonight, but thank you all for tuning in, and of course thank you to all the sponsors that make this broadcast possible, not only this night but throughout the year too as well. I've appreciated that greatly so far here tonight. Of course, tonight's broadcast brought to you by M&R Auto Parts, Bruna Implement, F&A Construction, Midwest Products, F&D Frankfort, Fat Brothers Petroleum, the Trailers for You, Hanover Housing Authority, the Frankfort Area News, Blue Valley Insurance Agencies, the Hanover Branch, Parsimer Electric, Hanover Electric, Winkland Oil, Souther Feeds, Inline Construction, Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, Kramer Oil, Flint Hills Mechanical, B&W Electric, Goog's Bar and Grill in Hanover, Andy's Hardware in Hanover, and J&R Market of Frankfort. Thank you for all making this contest possible here tonight on KNDY as we fight through these Week 8 hiccups Hanover on the move here on their second possession of the first half. Of course, fumbled it inside the 5-yard line. Gave Frankfort an easy walk-in touchdown moments ago. Got us to the score 44-8. Hanover led this one, Frankfort led this one at half 36-8. Hanover just has not been able to get this offense going so far here tonight. A 12-yard pickup there from Stahlbaumer to Tanner Bruno, who has been his favorite target so far here tonight. Stahlbaumer is going to look back to pass, finds a man here near side. We're going to have a caught by Cameron Jr. out of the backfield. Another penalty, and it looks like it's going to be a offensive penalty on the Hanover Wildcats.
Yeah, some costly mistakes by Hanover on the offense. We have seen twice now a little slip-up in the backfield. That one from quarterback Stahlbaumer to Olguin, a little slip-up threw off the timing, and they turned it over. The last time they had a slip-up in the backfield just like that, it went for a huge loss of yards and ended up being a turnover on downs on the next play. So bad errors when you can't afford them on the goal line and on a third down to force a long fourth.
And deep in their own territory, too, has been Hanover so far here tonight. Of course, Frankfort's kickoff team doing a good job of starting every drive for Hanover at the 15, but I don't think they've crossed midfield, since that last play of the first half. Stahlbaumer's going to look back. The pass goes across the middle. Picking up the yardage loss on the penalty will be Juniman, but that will be it for the pitch and catch.
Yeah, we're seeing a few good pass attempts here from Hanover. They are starting to mix them in a little bit more. Not a huge pickup on that one, but positive yardage, that's about as much as you can ask for here.
And we saw Hanover in that first half run it down the middle on some quarterback runs by Stahlbaumer. And here starting off the second half, Coach Matt Hoyer has decided to toss it into the middle of that Frankfort defense. Pressure is going to come off the far edge. Has a man just out of the outstretched hands of his intended receiver. I believe that was intended for Brigham Bruna over on that far side. And now we'll bring up a third down and long for this Hanover defense.
Going to be interesting to see what they come up with here. I do like they are playing a lot of open backfield with just the quarterback in the shotgun position. We've seen him be able to take that ball and run it. That being Stahlbaumer, he's able to run it out of that position or throw it pretty effectively.
Empty backfield again here for Stahlbaumer's. Two receivers left, one to the right. Two-man rush for Frankfort. They're going to look to step up. Stahlbaumer runs into his own lineman, drops the ball, and then just has to jump on it to save the possession there for Hanover. So if it could go wrong, it did go wrong on that possession for the Wildcats.
That's another error that's going to force a long fourth down in here. It looks like they might be rotating in a... No, I do believe Stahlbaumer is going to stay out there.
I believe we're going to punt it, though, here deep inside of their own territory. 44-8 now is our score. Frankfort will receive this kick. It'll be the dangerous Loizo standing at his own 20-yard line. Boot is away there from Hanover, running up on it. Near side will be Loizo, gets a full head of steam, takes it up to about the 40, and that's where Frankfort will start this possession. We're going to take a timeout, bring it right back for you here on KNDY.
For affordable housing, contact the Hanover Housing Authority in Hanover, Kansas. Proudly serving the Hanover community, Hanover Housing Authority offers 1- and 2-bedroom apartments for rent. The apartments are part of a property with a laundry facility, office, commons area, and maintenance shop. The apartments are clean, safe, and affordable and are located close to schools, businesses, and churches in the Hanover community. Hanover Housing Authority does not discriminate tenants. For more information, contact 785-337-2692.
Call Parthamer Electric at 268-0553. At Parthamer Electric, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services and are dedicated to providing customer service that is second to none. Parthamer Electric won't leave the job until you're satisfied. Parthamer Electric is available at all hours and offers flexible services for indoor or outdoor jobs. You can visit us on the web at the Parthamer Electric Facebook site or give us a call at 268-0553. Parthamer Electric in Frankfort.
First offensive possession here for Frankfort on their second drive of the second half, leading 44-8. Just rolled under 9 minutes left to play here, third quarter. The middle by Armstrong, a gain of about 1 on his second carry here of the night. They're getting third carry on the night, 2 yards, but does have that 1-yard touchdown run earlier on in the contest. Glad to have you all along here this evening as we go through this Week 8 of Friday Night Football here on KNDY. Playoffs right around the corner. Of course, winner of this game will claim the 2-seed and home field advantage in this District 3 matchup. We'll take on either Beloit, St. John's, Tipton, or Wakefield in their Week 9 matchup. Frankfort's going to have a false start penalty. That's now 5 penalties apiece on both sides, and had some decline too as well, but we'll back up Frankfort here on this one. So I think story for the night too offensively for Frankfort has been the explosiveness of these Wildcats. Hanover has not done a bad job defensively, just a few missed tackles here and there and the big plays.
Been able to see Hanover force Frankfort to go 4 in and out, get pressure on the quarterback, make him make some bad throws, but not able to do it consistently.
There's going to be a second down pass. Les Anderson looking for who else, but Lane Loiseau on that one. It's going to be just out the outstretched hand of the intended receiver. Will now bring up a third down and 15 for Frankfort. Frankfort has already been in some deep possessions behind the chains here so far, but able to get out of them thanks to the running legs of quarterback Les Anderson. Had a big 11-yard pickup on a big 4th down and 10 early in the contest to keep the scoring drive alive for Frankfort. Third down, ball just on the Frankfort side of the field at the 35. Henderson in the backfield with Armstrong to his left. It's going to be a screen pass here near side to Loiseau. Loiseau's going to try and get into space. Spin move on the defender. First down, Frankfort.
Guess I see why. But nowadays there's still a way to show your southern pride. The only thing is patriotic is the old red, white, and blue. It's green and gray and black and brown and tan all rolled into camouflage. Camouflage! 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 Designed by Mother Nature and by God. It's camouflage. Camouflage! Camouflage! You're my favorite color, camouflage.
At home, work, or in the car. 95.5 KNDY has the country music that keep you moving.
Countryside, lay back and smell the sun, warm up the Georgia pie. Feels so good to be taking it easy. Why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good-looking woman with her arms around me. Here in a small town where it feels like home. I got everything I need and nothing that I don't. Oh no, oh no. We got a fire go down by the riverside. Sip whiskey out the bar, living like we'll never die. Come on and stay a while. If you don't believe me, why would I ever leave? 'Cause I know I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good-looking woman with her arms round me. Here in a small town.
KNDY.
Max Blasky back here with you, folks. We apologize, too, tonight. Having some technical difficulties. Sometimes cell service doesn't always work the best. I've had no problems going in all year. But you know what? What are you going to do? It's the last Friday night football of the season. Of course, those technology gods are going to look down at you and say, you've had an easy year. Let's give you some struggles here so far tonight. So we're going to try and get through this one here without any more interruptions for you here on this Friday night. 50-8 is the score, as Frankfort did score while we were away. Putting that one into the end zone was Brock Armstrong for his second touchdown here so far tonight, with 6:02 left to play here in this third quarter. 50-8 is our score, as we are about 3 points away, or we are 3 points away from the 45-point mercy rule.
On that last drive that we unfortunately missed out on, we saw Carter Olson, number 33 for the Frankfort Wildcats, take a big run down to about the 10-yard line, breaking a few tackles, and then Brock Armstrong, as Max had said, was able to get it in the end zone after about 2 tries. They did miss the 2-point conversion, but they did it fast, as they tend to do.
3 2-point conversions now unsuccessful here on the evening for Frankfort. If that's one thing you're going to say, hey, we need to work on that a little bit now heading into the playoffs. Here's going to be pressure again by that Frankfort defense. Stahlbaumer has no choice but to try and step up and run. He does get some positive yardage out of the deal, gains 5 yards on that tote for quarterback Reichen Stahlbaumer, as Hanover just looks to get something going here offensively. They took the ball down in that first quarter on a 6-minute drive, topped off with a 5-yard touchdown run by running back Alex Juniman, but since then have not been able to find their footing. This Frankfort defense has played very strong, too, as well. Give credit where credit is due. The combination of the guys up front have played a big part in this Frankfort defense, including Trent Harden and Wyatt Keller up there along the line. Rushing to now will be Frankfort, getting out to the quarterback. Who else but Harden? Slipping away from it is Stahlbaumer, finds a man across the middle of the field, picks up about 14 yards there, as finding his favorite receiver, Tanner Bruno, for a 14-yard pickup. So finally some positive yardage here for Hanover as they look to get into Frankfort territory for the first time here in the second half.
Yeah, you just mentioned the Frankfort defense there. They currently have 10 players with tackles, which is quite incredible in 8-minute football, to rotate that many people in and them having an impact on this game.
Having a big impact here tonight, holding this Hanover offense that scored 60 points against Lynn last Friday, just to 8 here midway through this third quarter. Option play near side. Now we're going to have a double pass, finds the man, Cameron Juniman near side, down to the 20. It's going to be caught. Breaking his way towards the middle goes Juniman, down to the 5, down to the 2. But a trickeration play that pulls off for the Hanover Wildcats. Kadrick Cohorse, the freshman, finds Cameron Juniman all the way down for we're going to call it a 40-yard pass and completion there on the pitch and catch. Finally, Hanover now down inside the red zone.
Yeah, it took a little bit of a trick play, but maybe sometimes that's all you need to get that momentum flowing.
looking to get a score here. It's going to be a push up the middle. Reichen Stahlbaumer is going to be close to the end zone. Play started at the 3. He's going to get down to the 2 and stop just short there. So Hanover looking to cut into this one, trailing 50-8. Our score midway through, with 4 minutes left to play here in this third quarter. Of course, Hanover came back last year after trailing at half, ended up winning that one 36-33, but going to need a lot more here tonight if that's going to be the case. So under center, Hanover crowds the line. We're going to have a flag. I believe it's going to be offsides. That is going to be the call on the defense. So the ball is going to move from the 1 to the 6. I think the referee moved it about a shoelace, but yet still even closer to the goal line. Max Blasky back here with you. Quentin Blasky to my right. Apologies for some technical issues. If you've been with us all night, we do appreciate you not only tonight but throughout the entire season making what we do and making what we do for so much fun so possible. Touchdown is going to be the call. Hanover Wildcats as Reichen Stahlbaumer pushes his way in for a 1-yard touchdown run for Hanover. Brings us a little bit closer, 50-14. We'll see what the 2-point conversion play looks like there. Just straight quarterback power for Hanover.
Yeah, and that's worked out pretty well for them tonight. Out of that open set backfield, we see him take it and run in there. They just put everyone on the line and let him push it in the extra 6 inches.
An old style Philly push there as you're watching in the NFL. Stahlbaumer in the backfield with receiver to his left side running back. Stahlbaumer is going to keep it, be stuffed by that Hanover defense. 2-point conversion, no good here on that one, and we're going to stay at 50-14. We're going to take one more time out here, catch our breath as we roll through on the later half of this contest. Frankfort leading 50-14. You're listening to high school football right here on KNDY.
As a business owner, you work hard to make a profit. Earning a living and supporting your family is always on your mind. At Blue Valley Insurance, we can help you lower your business expenses by finding the right insurance coverage at the best rate to protect your investments. Our agents have many years of experience handling all types of insurance policies, including commercial insurance. We have offices in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville. Put us to work for you. Blue Valley Insurance.
You've reached Billy Bob's Propane. Nobody can take your call now, but somebody will get back to you sometime.
Yeah, this is Frank Jones, and I'm switching propane companies. Why? Wanklin Oil has more to offer, and to be honest, better prices. They also gave me options that fit my budget, and in case you don't remember, I called last week because I was nearly out of propane. You never called me back. I'm now out of propane.
Switching propane dealers is no big deal. Call Wanklin Oil at 1-800-794-2019. Wanklin Oil, we've had the energy since 1926.
50-14 our score here in Hanover. Frankfort finally gets their second touchdown of the night with 3:36 left to play here in quarter number 3. As winner of this game, of course, we'll have home field advantage in District 3 next week. Of course, keep it tuned to KNDY all the next 2 weeks as fall sports for the 2023 season start to wrap up. We are your home coverage team for everything in the listening area. Volleyball, football, and, of course, basketball starting here before we can blink our eye. Frankfort will take over at the 25, their own 25-yard line here in this one. Have controlled the game offensively, and we'll see if they can put another one here on the board. Anderson back to pass, still slinging it far side. We'll see what the official call is. It's going to be a catch over on that far side. Heck of a catch by Brock Armstrong to fully extend and pick up a good 8 yards on that one.
Yeah, there does look like a little bit of frustration from Hanover's side as they're saying it hit the ground, but it was pretty far from us, so I don't think I can call that, and I'll let the referees decide.
We're referees, and they're referees. We're radio broadcasters for a reason. Just rolled under 3 minutes here left for you in this third quarter. Frankfort with the ball. Going to take a peek at some score updates here in just a moment if we get a chance. Far side, it's going to go to Carter Olson, picking up his second catch of the night. Good enough for a first down. About a pickup of 9 there. Looking at some scores from around the league, Clifton Clyde leads Bennington 28-12 at half. Of course, check those at halftime too as well. Troy leads Riverside 14-0 at half. Last check, Valley Heights led Smith Center 8-6. Axtell was up 40-0 on Doniphan West in the first quarter last check, while a barn burner down in Blue Valley is going on 28-22 midway through the second quarter was last check on that score between the Rams and the Bulldogs. Play's going to go near side here into the boundary. Pass complete. Porter Colvin is going to pick up the pass completion, pickup of about 3 yards. Some updated scores here for you as the internet finally decides to let me load here. Smith Center leading Valley Heights by 10, 26-16, with just under 7 minutes left to go in that contest. Blue Valley leading Lynn 40-30, a spot in the playoffs on the line for the Bulldogs and the Rams in that contest. Over on our sister station, Clay Center beats Marysville 55-7. Down the middle, it's going to go to Colvin again. A pickup of about 24 yards. We're going to call it for Porter Colvin. Back-to-back passes now completed for Frankfort as they quickly march right back down the field, leading this one 50-14.
Nolgeen on the stop for the Wildcats.
Nolgeen getting the stop for the Hanover Wildcats. Have not called his name much offensively here tonight. Had a big game a couple weeks ago against Blue Valley, but held in check just like the rest of this Hanover offense has been so far here tonight. First down and 10 from the 14th Hanover. We're going to have a flag down on the offensive line. I believe this one's going to go against Frankfort. It will. A false start on Frankfort. 6 accepted penalties so far here tonight for Frankfort, as we talked about it in the opening, needing to keep those down in a game last year that saw over 200 yards of penalty yardage combined between both of these squads.
Yeah, and we are on pace to come right up to that number of 22 here and that 200 yards. So any team that can capitalize that can get a big edge in this game.
Has been a closer game than maybe the scoreboard shows. There's going to be a touchdown down the right side. Finding his receiver will be Wes Anderson. That's going to be Carter Olson, number 33, pulling in the 19-yard touchdown pass here right before quarter break with 40 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3. Quentin found his man wide open in the side of the end zone with that one.
Yeah, Anderson did definitely find his target, put it in the end zone, put it right where he needed to get that touchdown. Impressive pass by Anderson.
56-14, 2-point conversion, extra kick now on the way from Frankfort, That will be Ole Martin Savet. Change student from Germany. Snap is bobbled. Frankfurt's just going to have to eat this one, as that's going to be the 4th 2-point conversion. No good so far here tonight by the Wildcats. If that's one thing you want to shake a finger at, has been something to look forward to.
Yeah, as you said, they had, prior to that, they had 3 failed 2-point conversions, which is quite notable for Hanover's defense. That's definitely a highlight of their night tonight so far. And we did see them elect to try and just take the 1 point, but a bad snap there, and they weren't able to get anything.
Frankfort leading this one 56-14, 40 seconds left before a third quarter break here. Frankfort opened this one up with a 53-yard touchdown run by Lane Loizo. Hanover answered back after a 6-minute drive by the offense on a 5-yard touchdown run by Alec Juniman, but it has been all Frankfort from there. 5 straight scores for the Wildcats in between the second and third quarters before moments ago, midway through that third quarter with 3:36 to go, Riken Stahlbaumer punched it in for a 1-yard touchdown run on a halfback pass from Cohorst to Juniman. Gave Hanover excellent field position inside the Frankfort 5 as the Wildcats were able to capitalize on that one. Frankfort answered back here moments ago with a 19-yard touchdown pass from Anderson to Carter Olson. That is Anderson's 3rd touchdown pass so far here on the night. So they send it down to the left side. This one's finally going to be returnable for Hanover. Has the same thought. He just bounces it to the far side. Will be Juneman. He will be stopped just outside the 20-yard line, or just short of the 20-yard line, as Juneman returns at about 15 yards up to the 17-yard line.
Yes, surprising to see a returnable kick there. Normally, we definitely know that the kicker can put it out the back of the end zone every time, so that definitely had to be elected, if not a mistake, but I'd imagine they elected to allow them to return it to see if they can't pin them back a little bit further than the 15, but they got to the 17 here for Hanover.
31 seconds left to go here before the third quarter break. Hanover looking to answer offensively and keep this one closer than it has been here all evening. Stahlbaumer's going to go over the middle, tries to find Juneman, sticks out that big right hand of his, but couldn't quite find the oven mitt for the favorite receiver from a week ago from Stahlbaumer to Juneman. Juneman here so far on the evening, 3 catches for 56 yards unofficially. Big man on the night for Hanover offensively, of course, has been Tanner Bruna. He has those 6 receptions for 64 yards on the ground. Stahlbaumer leads the way with 12 rushes for 52 yards unofficially and the touchdown. Stahlbaumer will be in the backfield. Running back will start out split right, while there will be 2 receivers to the left. Juneman now goes in motion, that's Cohorse. They're going to swing it there far side, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver for Hanover. Once again, this Frankfort defense has been physical and firing off all evening.
Yeah, the Frankfort defense is definitely firing on all cylinders, really all cylinders, because they're getting everyone involved with Keller and Anderson, all with five tackles. Anderson also having an assist on top of that, but multiple players with 4 tackles and many more with 3 or less.
I was interested heading into this game. How does this Frankfort team respond after losing last week to Axel in the way that they did 46-0 at half? So far, this defense has been stout. There's going to be a sack finally by the Frankfort defense coming up from his defensive line position, number 24, Trent Harden, who we've been seeing all night. Haven't been calling his name a lot, but he has brought relentless pressure off the right side of that offensive line for Hanover. Finally gets home and sends us to the quarter break. At the end of 3, Frankfort leads 56-14. You're listening to the Friday night feature game here on KNDY.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
When it comes to keeping your home warm this winter, what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with a new Rheem heating system that'll keep you warm, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort this winter.
72 degrees and I'm in heaven.
Get professional service in all brands of equipment. Call B&W Electric in Hanover, your local Rheem contractor, at 785-337-2598 today.
Your opportunity, your solution, your success. That's Souther's Feeds approach, and that's what sets us apart. I'm Leanne Litton, and I invite you to experience the Souther difference. We're about visiting the ranch, walking your pens, and weighing the options to develop a ration combination that will be the most efficient and profitable for your business. Souther's, a family-owned company that identifies opportunities and applies solutions for your success. Souther Feeds in Frankfort and online at SoutherFeeds.com. Souther Feeds, where your success is our success.
Fourth quarter just getting started here on our KNDY Friday night featured game of the week. 56-14 is the score as we get ready here to start this fourth. It is going to start with a punt. It's going to be rolled down deep inside Frankfort territory, inside of the 10, down at the 9. So a good punt there by Hanover will force Frankfort to go the full length of the field, but so far here in this one have not had a problem at getting it going offensively.
Yeah, that was quite a good punt over the head of the receiver down. That was down to receive that punt. That ended up being anywhere from 60 to 65 yards. It took a good roll, and it's going to put Frankfort on their 9-yard line. So good position for Hanover if they can get that pressure that we've seen them get throughout the game, but we'll see if they can indeed get that.
and it will be an offense that comes out for Frankfort that has been opening it up. They scored 4 straight touchdowns there in the middle of the second quarter to the third quarter. Really opened this one up after Hanover had it tied at 8 after their first drive of the game midway through that first quarter. But this offense for Hanover that opened up, we talked about it a little bit in the opener, that opened up for 60 points versus Lynn. They have won 4 of their last 5 meetings, including a Week 3 win against now number 5 ranked Osborne, against a Frankfort team that is looking to get some state recognition here tonight. They have put the throttle down, as Mitchell likes to say during those Chiefs contests. Second down play now for Hanover. Left side, who else but Lane Loizo? He's finally going to be pushed out of bounds after a 21-yard pickup there from Anderson to Loizo, as that duo just keeps on trucking here tonight.
Yeah, B-Ren's there to take Loizo out of bounds. Normally we don't see Loizo being stopped in those positions where he has one defender or either be on the side or even in front of him. He's really good at breaking that one defender. So good job there by Hayden there getting that stop.
Over 100 yards receiving unofficially now for Loizo on the evening, and 55 on the ground. As breaking away will be, I believe that is Anderson near side. No, that's going to be number 7. Henry Ketter is going to take the ball all the way down for a touchdown. 49-yard run there for Henry Ketter, as that one's going to push it out of reach for Hanover here so far tonight, as the freshman will get a run here towards the end to put his number into the stat sheet. Final score here tonight, finally putting it away with 10:53 left to play here in quarter number 4, are the Frankfort Wildcats winning this one 62-14. They will get the home seed next, or the home game next week in Week 9, first week of the playoffs, while Hanover will be on the road facing either Beloit St. John's or Wakefield. We're going to take a timeout, wrap this one up here in just a little bit. Again, Frankfort winning this one at 62-14.
Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, providing high-quality coverage and service, all at a competitive premium cost. Since 1888, Bremen Farmers Mutual has offered homeowner, farm owner, business owner, fire, and inland marine coverage. Dependable and affordable. See your local agent representing Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance. Learn more about the various insurance products offered by going online at bfmic.com.
I know it takes good hands to place the winning kick. This is Jack Bloomer, holder of the Big 12 champion Kansas State Wildcats. Inline Construction of Marysville specializes in concrete, commercial, and residential construction. Call them today at 785-562-5525 to plan and execute your building project. When you hire Inline, rest assured you'll be in good hands from start to finish.
Not everyone can become a Lennox dealer, so you'll be glad to know when you buy a Lennox from Hanover Electric Incorporated, you not only get the best products in the business, you also get a tradition of experience in making sure your home is as comfortable as it can be. Because every independent Lennox dealer must pass the Lennox Quality Dealer Standards Program, the toughest test in the industry. And what it means is you get a dealer you could always count on. Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
We don't have to tell that harvest season is here. And while you're working the field, Kramer Oil is on the road for you. Kramer Oil's commercial fuel delivery brings premium fuel right to your farm, making sure your machinery never skips a beat. Fast, reliable, and always on time. Because during harvest season, every second counts. Keep your farm running smooth with the name that's been there through it all. Kramer Oil. Our family serving yours for generations.
Max Blasky back here with you, wrapping this one up. Quentin Blasky here to my right as we kind of get through this one. I appreciate you, everyone, sticking through this one, had some technical difficulties there midway through the game, but of course it wouldn't be a fun Friday night football season without some of those. Again, Frankfort wins this one, pulling away 62-14 midway through the fourth quarter. It was all Frankfort during the midway point of this contest. They rattled off 5 straight touchdowns in between the midway point of the second quarter and towards the end of that third quarter, including 2 touchdown runs by Lane Loiseau. Quentin, before we get into the stats, as you look at this contest real quick, what are your overall thoughts from this game?
Yeah, I mean, we saw what we expected out of Frankfort, or at least what I expected. An explosive offense who's going to run it, throw it on you. They're going to do whatever they want to do, and it's up to you to stop them. One thing I did not expect was they did not get the ball around to as many players as we normally see. Really, the offense going through Loiseau there until kind of the end, where Olsen got a few carries, got a few passes there, and a few other players, but mostly everything through Loiseau. Hanover looked great at times, but was not, the consistency was not there for them. Their defense stepped up many times. They actually have more quarterback sacks than Frankfort in this game. However, they were not consistent enough to keep Frankfort out of the end zone and having those big chunk plays. Offense looked good. Again, sometimes they made mistakes in just the wrong areas. They gave Hanover or Frankfort the ball back, and compounding issues you just can't have.
I think Quentin kind of wrapped it up there in the best sense as well. Hanover didn't play bad in this one. The score is going to emulate that one, 62-14, but it's just one of those games that, coming off the loss that Frankfort did against Axel, 46-0, I figured we'd see a little fire from Nick Anderson and his squad in this one, and we sure did. So with that win, Frankfort will move to 6-2 on the season. They will be your District 3 second seed going into next week's 8-man Division 2 playoff bracket, Week 9 here in the state of Kansas. Hanover will be the 3 seed, as either of those teams, depending on how tonight's games go, they will either get Downs Lakeside. Of course, Frankfort will have that game at home, or they will play Beloit St. John, whoever ends up winning there in that contest over in District 4. So tonight, 64-14, our final score as Frankfort rolls away with this one. We're going to take one more final timeout, bring it right back here for you, too, as we highlight our schedule upcoming for not only state playoff football, but also state volleyball coming up here in 2 weeks. Again, from Hanover, 62-14, Frankfort wins this one. Final timeout coming up for you.
For a Goog time, head to Hanover. Goog's Bar and Grill is the happening place for food, drinks, and fun. Open 4 p.m. until midnight, Monday through Saturday, and the grill is always open late. Check out Mexican nights on Thursday with the best pizza anywhere all the time. Order by the half combo or full size with carryouts available too. Find Googs on Facebook and check out their daily specials as well as special events. Grab your friends, grab your family, or make some new friends. Where everybody knows your name, it's Googs in Hanover.
Flint Hills Mechanical is a call away for your plumbing work, heating, and air conditioning. Backed up or won't drain? Call Flint Hills Mechanical. New and existing plumbing work, plus heating and air conditioning, as well as custom sheet metal service. Call on Flint Hills Mechanical. Find them on Facebook or give them a shout at 785-313-0103. Flint Hills Mechanical, Frankfort.
See Andy Bruna at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover for a full line of your everyday hardware needs and all the building supplies you'll need to get the job done right. Just about anything you might need around the farm or home is found at Andy's, and always fast, friendly service when you need it. It just makes good sense to shop at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover, Kansas. A Plyout Wildcat Booster, that's Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover.
Stocked with the freshest produce and always fresh meat counter, J&R Market in Frankfort is your full-service grocery. Start saving today with weekly specials. The J&R Market app makes shopping a breeze, so you're in and out and on your way. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. until 7 p.m. Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 9 to 5. Freshest produce, best selection, greatest value, J&R Market in Frankfort.
Wrapping it up here from Hanover, 62-14, our final score as Frankfort moves on in this contest, now pushing their season record up to 6-2 this year after a 4-6 season last year under head coach Nick Hoyer. Of course, the Wildcats got their first-round win last year against St. John Beloit-Tipton. I guess an upset, if you wanted to call it. If you're a Frankfort fan, you're not going to say that by any means. Frankfort fell the following week to 8-3 Lebo, 46-0. But this Wildcats team out to prove something this year after bringing everyone back off of last year's squad that ended with so much momentum. For the Hanover Wildcats, they will fall to 4-3 now in the season. They will, of course, be your 3 seed in District 3 matchup. They will travel to face either the Beloit St. John Tipton or Downs Lakeside next year. Of course, Hanover got a first-round win last year against Lakeside Downs, 62-14, before falling to eventual semifinal competitor Canton Galva, 62-8 last year, but nothing to hang your heads about if you are the Hanover Wildcats here tonight. Just ran into a tough Frankfort team coming off a tough loss last week. Of course, it was senior night for the Hanover Wildcats, so of course, shout out to Hayden Behrens, Brigham Bruna, Patrick Cook, Levi Griffin, Aiden Olguin, and Dean Lupin, who played their possible final game here on this field in Hanover. Looking around the league before we let you go real quick, Blue Valley leading Lynn at the end of third, 48-30. Of course, winner of that game will be the 4 seed in District 3 and will play number 1 seed Osborne next week. Clifton Clyde leads 42-12 up on Bennington at the end of the third. Valley Heights trailing 26-16 at the end of the fourth quarter, towards the end of the fourth quarter, 6 minutes left to go. And, of course, here in this one, Hanover loses 62-14. Again, thank you to all the wonderful sponsors that made this broadcast special: M&R Auto Parts, Bruna Implements, F&A Construction, Midwest Products, Hanover Hospital, First National Bank of Frankfort, Fat Brothers Petroleum, Trailers for You, Hanover Housing Authority, the Frankfort Area News, Parthimer Electric, the Blue Valley Insurance Agencies, the Hanover Electric, Souther Feeds, Inline Construction, Kramer Oil, Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, B&W Electric of Hanover, Flint Hills Mechanical, J&R Market, Goog's Bar and Grill in Hanover, and Andy's Hardware and Lumber of Hanover as well. We will decide where we're going to be at next Friday if we have a contest. Of course, covering state volleyball will be our number 1 priority next week, as a lot of area teams have an opportunity to make the run, starting with these Hanover Wildcats. They will be over in the Axel tournament as the number 1 overall seed. Lynn will be your 2 seed. Axel will be your 3. Frankfort Wildcats will be down at Wakefield as the number 1 overall seed, as Washington County will be the 4 seed in that one. Centralia, your 1 seed in Burlingame, will look to get back to the state tournament again this year, while the Valley Heights Mustangs, the 2023 TVL tournament champion Valley Heights Mustangs, will be at Wabunsee as the 2nd seed with a 25-11 record, vying for a spot in state tournament play. So, of course, keep it tuned in here the next couple of weeks, as we are your home coverage team for state volleyball action as well as state playoff action here throughout the end of this year. Again, signing off for KNDY Radio, Frankfort wins this one 62-14 to claim 2nd overall seed in this Division 3 matchup, moving their season record to 6-2, while Hanover falls to 4-3. Again, for Quentin Blasky to my right side here tonight, apologies for the technical difficulties, but it wouldn't be a football season without some of those coming up. Again, for KNDY Radio, this has been Max Blasky. Thank you all for tuning in here tonight. Safe travels home, and we will see you all again as the playoff push continues for high school football here in the state of Kansas.
KNDY.